Thank you, Nathan. Underway here at Stamford Bridge. Nathan is producer extraordinaire of the Commentator's View podcast, available every Friday on the BBC Sounds app. Makes me, John Murray and Ian Dennis sound good or otherwise, whatever you think whenever you listen to it, but go and find that. We are underway here. Beautiful afternoon for football. Change up from Ruud van Nistelrooy for his Leicester team as well. He's made 3 changes from the defeat away to West Ham, and it is looking like a back 3 at the moment. Luke Thomas as the left-sided centre-back. Connor Cody is back in the team. Wout Faes as the right-sided centre-back. They are in off-white, all off-white Leicester, shirt and shorts, dark blue socks, and Chelsea in the blue shirts, blue shorts and white socks, defending the goal away to our right. Wesley Fofana, former Leicester man, of course, joined Chelsea for 70 million. Back playing football again for Chelsea this season. He's in at right back. Cole Palmer gets an early touch of the ball, spins just inside the Leicester half and fires it across to Enzo Fernandez. Crisp pass from him to Neto. Jadon Sancho on it on the right. Palmer's made a little run. He's gone down in the penalty area. Bumped into. He's gone down and stayed down. Face flat in the turf. Chelsea players surround the referee, Tim Robinson. Fans are up appealing for a penalty. We'll have to have a look on the replay, Mark Schwarzer. There's a little screen away to your right here and 2 giant screens above us in the roof of the stands. Video assistant referee Darren England will obviously be looking at the footage right now. Yeah,
it's a good little run, little ball in behind from Sancho in behind the defender. And you can see there, Thomas, I think it is, he just gets caught out a little bit. He doesn't realise Cole Palmer's on his shoulder there behind him. And there is a nudge, but it looks like they've waved it on. Doesn't look like there's enough in it.
No penalty and no corner either. So last touch must have come off Cole Palmer. He slowly got himself to his feet. Tottenham-Bournemouth is underway in the Premier League as well. Early chance, Mike Williams.
Yeah, well, Christian Romero got a huge cheer here, Ali, making his first appearance for 3 months for Spurs. Not sure the home fans will be cheering him much if he continues like this. He tried to play a square ball across the face of goal to fellow centre-back Kevin Danso. Not nearly enough on it. And the Bournemouth number 9, Evan Nielsen, latched onto it and just shot wide, all within the first 20 seconds here. Early let-off for Spurs. 2.5 minutes gone. It's Spurs 0, Bournemouth 0.
Patson Daka's caught Moises Caicedo with a high challenge on the halfway line. That's going to be a free kick for Chelsea. So Tottenham 0, Bournemouth 0. Commentary of that one on the BBC Sport website and app. Over on Sports Extra at the moment, it's the ICC Champions Trophy final. India chasing 252 to win the title against New Zealand. Bournemouth starting the day on 43 points, beg your pardon, and Chelsea on 46. So both teams very much in the hunt for European football next season. Next break in play, I'll remind you of the 2-team lineups. Scoop ball forward for Palmer to chase. Justin is there for Leicester. Calmly passes it back to the goalkeeper, Mads Hermansen, who's been one of Leicester's best performers so far this season in what's been a really difficult season for them. Starting today, 6 points behind Wolves in the bottom 3. Another heavy challenge there on Caicedo. He's down. Enzo Fernandez sweeping forward for Chelsea. Finds Sancho just outside the area. Overlapping run from Neto. Cross comes into the back post. Everyone leaves it, and Mark Cucurella quickly turns on his heel to keep this ball in play on the left. Mark Schwarzer.
Yeah, it's great defending in the end. I think it's between Connor Cody and Faes there that get the touch on the header as it gets played across. Otherwise, Nkunku was lining up for a free header just inside the 6-yard box. Good delivery, though.
Portsmouth have beaten Leeds 1-0 in the Championship. Sancho speeding down the right for Chelsea. Victor Christensen trying to stick with him. Cross does come in. Cody's there. Stooping header away. Nodded back into the Leicester penalty area. Fast jump with Cucurella there. And all you could see was long curly hair. Couldn't even see the football. Eventually free kick given away by Cucurella. So Leicester will have a chance just to take a breath.
Yeah, the referee's also having a chat to Patson Daka there. There's a couple of challenges he's gone in on Caicedo there. Yeah. It brought him down, and I think he's just warning him. That's it. That's enough. That's enough of your free hits. Next one's going to be a card.
Chelsea 0, Leicester 0. Mark Schwarzer, a member of both of these squads in his time, during a time in which both won the Premier League title. Mark himself making 514 Premier League appearances in 20 seasons in the top flight. So delighted to have him alongside this afternoon, concentrating on football, not paddle. Although I know paddle plays a big part in his life right now. Cucurella's down. Let's give you the Chelsea team. Robert Sanchez is in goal. So that is a change from the last Premier League lineup. He's all in bright orange away to our right. Philip Jorgensen Started the last 4 Premier League games, but Sanchez is back in. Wesley Fofana I've mentioned at right back, Cucurella at left back, Tosin and Levi Colwill the 2 centre backs, Caicedo alongside the skipper today, Enzo Fernandez, in central midfield, Sancho and Nkunku the wide men. Here's Cole Palmer in that number 10 role, chasing a ball down the left. He can't keep it in, it goes out for a throw, and Pedro Neto through the middle. So Madueke is still missing. Reece James is ill, running a bit of a temperature, not involved today. Malo Gusto picked up a knock in the Champions League win in Denmark, so he's not involved today. Madueke out as well, as is Mudryk. Hermansen clears with his left foot, the Leicester keeper. Fofana really wanted that, came steaming down the right-hand touchline, wins the header throw in Leicester.
Yeah, he was making a move across to that right-back position, and he was just keeping an eye on it. The minute that ball got played up, a bit of height onto it, he was onto it like a flash, and it was a really good bit of defending.
Hermansen with his left foot fires one down the middle of the pitch. Caicedo couldn't quite control it to keep it, and Didi suddenly on the move forward for Leicester, running away from Cole Palmer, 40 yards from goal. Low pass to his right to Justin. Justin's cross takes a big deflection. Tosin stretches, heads it away. Leicester fans scream shoot. It's El Canouse with his right foot straight at Sanchez, who makes the save, knocks it down into the ground and picks it up on the bounce.
Yeah, it was a pretty standard save in the end for Sanchez. El Canouse just couldn't get enough direction on it. It was the right idea. He took his time a bit on the edge of the box. I think if he'd hit it a bit earlier, he may have been able to catch the goalkeeper out. It's just that Chelsea had numbers there. He was just waiting for that opportunity to find a gap.
11 defeats in the last 12 Premier League games for Leicester City. Their last win over Chelsea actually was FA Cup final 2021, when the Tielemans goal won them the FA Cup for the first time in their history. Chelsea have it. It's Neto, legs whirring, speeding forward. Cucurella feeds it to him again on the outside. Neto brings that ball in from the left-hand touchline. Sees Palmer in a bit of space there. Central position 30 yards out. Quickly across to Fernandez, then on to Sancho on the right. He's up against Christensen, takes it on the inside. He's running across the face of the area, tees up Palmer, who shoots, big deflection wide of goal, and that is going to be Chelsea's first corner of the afternoon. 7 minutes in, Chelsea 0, Leicester 0.
Yeah, I think it was Patson Dako there in that defensive role, edge of the box. He's the one that makes that big block from Cole Palmer. And everything at the moment from Chelsea is coming down that right hand side. Every time Jadon Sancho gets the ball, he looks on it. He looks like he's trying to take on a player, look to play the ball in behind, and that's the biggest threat for Chelsea at the moment.
Tottenham and Bournemouth goalless in the Premier League. Full commentary of Manchester United Arsenal at 4:30. Corner for Chelsea. This part of the pitch where Fernandez is in shade. Low one into the near post, and a couple of bodies in there. It's gone behind for another corner. Connor Cody didn't know too much about it. I think Sancho might have ducked underneath that, and it just arrived at Cody, came off him, and has gone behind for the corner, which Chelsea have taken quickly. Short to Palmer. He's outside the area. Little drag back, works it onto the left foot, opens up space, curling shot, well off target. Leicester fans jeer that, and behind it goes for the goal kick. Quick word from the Premier League match centre Mark on the penalty shout for Cole Palmer early in the game. The referee's call of no penalty to Chelsea following a challenge by Luke Thomas on Cole Palmer was checked and confirmed by VAR, with the contact deemed to be minimal.
Yeah, I think in the end it was just shoulder to shoulder. I don't think there was enough of any other challenge or contact, and I think it's the fair decision in the end.
I saw a couple of those in the Brentford Villa game last night, again where the referee decided for exactly that reason that it was a bit of sort of jostling or whatever, not enough to there was contact and the ball wasn't touched, but again they went with the referee's decision on field.
Yeah, I think if you're given penalties for that would have been incredibly soft, and I mean it's almost like you can't touch anyone in the box then if that was the case.
Chelsea 0, Leicester 0, 9 minutes in. Super League game kicked off at 1 o'clock. Wigan Warriors against Huddersfield Giants. Matt Newsom.
Yeah, Wigan straight back into this one in the second half. 16-18 they trail. A try from Liam Farrell after Adam Swift made a bit of a hash of a kick in towards the in goal. Wigan got the points, and we've got two number ones who are Aussies in this one. There's a little tip of the hat to Mark Schwarzer.
Very good. Now then, who's down here? Pedro Neto is down. It was a Chelsea throw that went up the touchline. Neto challenged for the ball with Fass. Might have been a clash of heads because Fass is also being seen to at the moment, so a slight stoppage in play.
Yeah, both of them definitely a hole in their head. Fass has actually sat down on the pitch now. He's got ice on his head. There's definitely a head connection there. Neto's also holding his head still as well.
Let's check in at Tottenham again. Mike Williams.
10 minutes gone here. Tottenham 0, Bournemouth 0, but it's been all the visitors, Ali. Another couple of chances since you were last with me. A loose ball from Basuma was robbed by Cliver, who got a shot away at goal, only saved by the flailing legs of Vicario. And then Bournemouth won it back, gave it to Tavernier, who forced Vicario into another save with a header. The visitors here clearly on top, but 0-0.
England-Italy in the Six Nations kicks off at 3 o'clock this afternoon. Commentary on the BBC Sport website and app. Chris Jones will keep us updated. In the meantime, both Wout Faes and Pedro Neto still receiving treatment here, Mark.
Yeah, I think they've both got. They're both showing blood. I think both of them. Yeah, you can see Neto now getting the white tape headband wrapped around his head. He's got the. Yeah, it's definitely been cleaned up with a bit of blood running down his side, and also you can see Wout Faes as well is getting the same sort of treatment for Leicester City.
Pedro Neto is getting the head heavily bandaged at the moment, swathed in white bandages. He's on his feet. Wout Faes is still sitting down on the floor.
They've gone with the black headbands.
Right.
Leicester City.
Yeah, I mean, still with Wout Faes' hair, not going to be a problem. Easy to recognise down there. Manchester City against Aston Villa. Women's FA Cup quarter-final. Nathan Alban.
Manchester City still leading by 2-0. No signs of any comeback from Aston Villa. They brought Rachel Daly onto the pitch, England international, but no signs of any threat just for the moment. Manchester City 2, Aston Villa 0.
So, final bit of bandage for Wout Faes being put in place at the moment. Now, there's a real John McEnroe early 80s look about him now, because they've not stuck it over the hair. The hair is over the top of the bandage. Real bit of super brat about Wout Faes. Sitting down in the sunshine, the Belgian centre-back. I've not even done the Leicester team yet. Let's do that before the game gets back underway. Mads Hermansen in goal. So Faes, Cody and Luke Thomas, the three centre-backs. Luke Thomas is making only a third Premier League start of the season. James Justin and Victor Christensen, the wing-backs. Wilfred Ndidi, Boubakary Samare in central midfield. And then Bilal El Khanous in support of Jamie Vardy and Patson Daka, the Zambian international, making only a second Premier League start of the season. So it's something different from Leicester today, Mark, and they've got to do something different, because what they've been doing really since Ruud van Nistelrooy took over has not been working.
No, it hasn't been, and I think having the extra forward, I mean, Patson Daka has also been coming back quite a bit. Jamie Vardy's the one that stays up, obviously saving his legs a little bit, so they are trying to be a lot more mobile. They're trying to put more pressure on the ball. They've tried to put pressure on Chelsea further up the pitch. On a couple of occasions they've won it quite high up, and they've put Chelsea under a little bit of pressure as well. So far it's been reasonably positive for them.
Wout Faes looking like John McEnroe from the 80s, and Pedro Neto looking like he could be playing second row England-Italy in the Six Nations this afternoon.
Yeah, just give Wout Faes a wooden tennis racket and you're transporting us back in time, that's for sure.
Jadon Sancho speeding down the right, couldn't keep a ball in play. It's gone out for a throw-in to Leicester. So a few minutes stoppage there while both players were tended to. Back underway, 13 minutes in the first half, 5 live and BBC Sounds. Neto and Faes now coming back on the field. Throw in from the left back position for Leicester, headed up in the air by Fernandes, chested down by El Khanous. He's lost it. Sancho nipped in to win it for Chelsea. Back it comes to Tosin across to Levi Colwill, who we heard from ahead of kick-off. Started 26 now of Chelsea's 28 Premier League games this season. Thomas Tuchel naming that first England squad, his first England squad, on Friday, ahead of the games against Albania and Latvia. So let's see if Levi Colwill is in that. Leicester have it with Luke Thomas. Chelsea suddenly go chasing. Cody's under pressure. Swiftly onto Hermansen. Saw Cody moving back into the box, so gets it back to him on the left. Cody points down the left-hand touchline to Thomas. Thomas took a couple of touches there, and that put him under pressure. Sancho blocked his path, and it's only gone out for a throw-in to Chelsea on the right. Coming up to 14 minutes played. Glorious sunshine at Stamford Bridge this afternoon, and it's Chelsea 0, Leicester 0.
Oh, it's a perfect day for football, certainly from a I think a fan's perspective. You can sit in the stand, watch it, have a bit of sun on you as well. Beautiful.
Here's Faes. Cole Palmer close by inside the Leicester penalty area. Faes plays it back to Hermansen. He's walking inside the box with the ball at his feet. Neto closes off one avenue there, so Hermansen goes up the middle of the field. Daka came towards that, slightly misjudged it, and the ball went over his head. Ndidi wins it behind him, onto Daka. Daka tries to get Justin away down the right, and then Tosin steps in. Loose ball, thumps it into the stands, and that is going to be a throw-in to Leicester on the right, on the halfway line. Chelsea have only managed to keep 5 clean sheets in the Premier League so far this season in 27 games, and only 2 at home in wins against Aston Villa, and most recently their last Premier League game here against Southampton. Fass side foots a pass back to Hermansen. Hermansen clears up towards El Khanous. Caicedo is there breathing down his neck. El Khanous chested it down, and then Caicedo just ran past him and won the ball. And Chelsea have it. Chelsea fans been grumbling a little recently about the time it takes to get Chelsea going, sort of slowness in build-up play. They're trying to work it down the left there, and Nkunku can't keep it in. Barely seen him in the first 15 minutes. Gone out for a throw into Leicester.
Yeah, I think Chelsea have been a little bit loose at the moment, a little bit sloppy with that pass into midfield. Hasn't quite been on, lost possession in simple areas, and I think that's the frustration. You're hearing a couple of groans around the stadium in these early parts of this game.
Ndidi down the right to Justin. Ndidi continues his run. Palmer stays with him. Ndidi gets to it first, crosses on the half volley, good ball in. Tosin leaps, heads it away. Sancho is back. Little back header from him, really clever. Fernandes runs onto it and then strokes a lovely ball down the right hand side to Neto. Leicester do have defenders back here, but Neto's got real speed in those boots. Flying past him on the outside is Fernandes. Neto holds it up, and there you hear those sort of moans and groans of discontent because a potential Chelsea counter-attack has turned into nothing. Fernandes tackled, he's gone down, wanted a free kick and doesn't get it. And here come Leicester with Christensen. Vardy racing through the middle, wanted an early delivery, but the ball wasn't played. But now Daka is able to turn 35 yards out and play back to Fass. Chelsea 0, Leicester 0. Daka on the turn again inside the Chelsea half. Fernandes back on his feet. Poor ball from Soumare. Well read by Fofana. Fofana sets off like a steam train down the inside right channel. Stops in his tracks. Plays it to Fernandes. Back to Sancho. Sancho keeps it moving for Chelsea, but again he makes 10 yards, stops, and well, that's what you can hear, can't you, Mark, from the Chelsea fans?
Well, there's not one single Chelsea player making a run in behind. There's no movement. Everybody's just standing still. I mean, Fofana makes that run from right back all the way forward. He becomes the man most furthest forward for Chelsea. He has to stand on the ball, turn around, come back out again, because there's no support. Everybody's just watching him. Nobody's trying to get up to support him. And at the moment, I can understand what you're saying. They're trying to play out at the back. They're trying to have a slow build-up, but with very little movement up front and very few runs in behind.
2 o'clock kickoffs in the Premier League this afternoon. We're here at Stamford Bridge. Chelsea 0, Leicester 0. It's Tottenham 0, Bournemouth 0. And we're at Old Trafford. Steve Crossan will be there at half-time in this game to start the build-up to Manchester United Arsenal. That's our commentary. It kicks off at 4:30. Colwill, long, high clearance downfield, and Nkunku flicks the header on. Cody's there and nods it back to Mads Hermansen. Super League again. Wigan Warriors against Huddersfield Giants. Matt Newsom.
Yeah, Wigan have been made to work hard in this one, but they are in front 22-18 against the Giants. It was a move that just showed Wigan at their best. Everything was crisp and precise. Finished off by Marshall in the corner. Kick from Adam Kieran, and Wigan lead Huddersfield by 22 points to 18.
Leicester trying to play out from inside their own half. Cole Palmer wins it for Chelsea, prods it forward outside of his left foot to Caicedo, quickly on to Sancho. Sancho into the penalty area looking for the cutback. Fernandes was waiting, that was blocked by Ndidi inside the Leicester area. Clever skills from Sancho though, loses his man, back to Fofana, into the feet of Fernandes, out wide again to Sancho, one-on-one against Thomas, skins him, cuts it back to Fernandes, stands it up to the far post, and Nkunku leaps, couldn't get a header on it, and Cucurella coming in behind him also didn't get a touch. And there's Colwill now, right up by the corner flag, attacking position for Chelsea on the left, holding off his man, doing really well here, keeps the ball, gets it back to Palmer. Palmer's cross into the area, headed down and away here by Thomas. Fofana is there, the pressure kept on by Chelsea. Sancho heading for that byline. Christensen sticks out a leg. Sancho stops dead in his tracks. Now is he tripped? Referee says yes, and Cole Palmer will have a chance in a second to score a goal, a first goal in 9 games for Chelsea. Little trickery from Sancho, little clip from Christensen, and the referee had no hesitation.
Yeah, I mean, from where we're sitting, it looks clear. It looks absolutely clear. And I watched on the replay again. Sancho does really well. Ball almost goes out over the byline. He actually does really well to keep it back into play. As he cuts back inside, yeah, I'm not really sure. I mean, there is a slight touch, actually. You can see it on the replay that there is a slight touch, so therefore I don't think it's going to be overturned. I mean, it is quite theatrical from Sancho,
yeah,
but I just think the fact that he's given it, there's no clear and obvious, there's a touch.
You've described it perfectly, Mark. Sancho is moving away from goal. Christensen sticks a leg out. Sancho moves the ball quickly, and he treads on his foot. Not enough to knock him over like that, but Sancho's making the point to the referee that he was caught. No contact on the ball, and because it's been given on the field, I'm pretty sure VAR are not going to overturn that, so Cole Palmer's going to get his chance.
Yeah, he's just pointed to the spot again, the referee, to confirm that the penalty's going to stand. I mean, he does really well, Jadon Sancho. Prevents the ball going out for a goal kick, turns on it really well, comes back out, uses a bit of trickery, pace off the line. Christensen gets sucked in, steps on his foot, Sancho dives, penalty.
What has Cole Palmer got up his sleeve for us? Not scored in a while, always fun to watch from the penalty spot. 3 out of 3 so far this season. Stands there with his hands on his hips at the moment, and Mads Hermansen, the Leicester keeper, is just going to make him wait because he's a few yards off the goal line with the assistant referee away to his left-hand side. So are we going for power? Are we going for a Panenka? Chelsea fans probably expecting it to end up in the old cold Palmer shoulder rub. Referee Tim Robinson just saying the ball is actually not touching any part of the penalty spot, so he's making Palmer come forward and replace this. Tiny little triangle of sunshine as well inside the Leicester penalty area away to our left. Great view here of Palmer in his blue shirt. One of the coolest customers you'll ever see from 12 yards, certainly in the modern game. Mads Hermansen stands with his arms stretched out wide. The whistle blows. Cole Palmer takes a deep breath, looks at Hermansen, runs to the ball. Oh, Hermansen saved it! He guessed the right way, low to his left, and Cole Palmer is denied. We've never seen that happen while he's been playing for Chelsea.
Yeah, absolutely brilliant save from Hermansen. Absolutely brilliant. Waits to the last second, spreads himself full stretch to his left-hand side. Cole Palmer's hit that with pace. He's gone for pace and power, direction, and it's a really good save.
Chelsea players surrounding the referee, I wonder whether they're sort of talking about a retake, goalkeeper moving too early, players encroaching, whatever. The game is stopped. We're waiting for a Chelsea corner. Cole Palmer didn't complain. He shrugged and got on with it. Referee is now speaking to both captains. I don't think there is going to be a retake. Palmer, in frustration, has thumped the ball away into the stand. Hermansen, to me, has got his right foot on the line there as he dives to the left.
I actually think he's got his right foot behind the line. I don't even think. I think that's a really good save. He's gone for power, Cole Palmer, and it's a really good save from the goalkeeper.
Mads Hermansen has done something there that no goalkeeper has done previously. Save a Cole Palmer penalty taken for Chelsea. And I've got a feeling there'll be some Chelsea fans giving me the blame, the commentator's curse, for that one. Here comes the corner from Fernandes into the near post, headed up in the air by Cody. Whole host of bodies all jump together. Leicester can't get it clear. Eventually they do. Palmer's underneath it. Cushioned volley forward, great ball, and Kunku's headed down into the ground. Easy save for Mads Hermansen. It remains Chelsea 0, Leicester 0. Hermansen rolls the ball out to the left-hand side. That will give Leicester a massive boost in the game. Thomas, little 1-2 here with Soumare. Back it comes to Connor Cody, miscontrol. Mads Hermansen not even at home there, outside his penalty to the right. Cody had enough time to recover that. The ball leapt over his foot, ran towards an empty Leicester goal, and then he rescued the situation. Lovely turn by Ndidi just inside the Chelsea half. Pass low to Justin. His ball forward is blocked, and Kunku quickly on the move forward for Chelsea. Holds off Justin, spins, finds Cucurella to his left, taking you to Tottenham shortly. Last we heard, Tottenham 0, Bournemouth 0. Cole Palmer, how's he going to respond to the setback of the penalty miss? His first for Chelsea. Caicedo on the ball, curls a low one across the halfway line to Fofana, and the pace settles down again.
It does. I mean, the penalty was one of not really someone of huge amounts of confidence. Obviously he's in a bad run of form for his standards.
Yeah.
And some of the shots have been quite wayward, so he's gone for power over real placement, and the goalkeeper just does so well. It's a really good save, and it's just not, obviously wasn't his best penalty, Cole Palmer, but for me, anytime a goalkeeper saves from a penalty spot like that, goes down as a very good save.
Palmer immediately back in the action for Chelsea, drawing defenders towards him, and Ndidi gives him a little nudge. Palmer gets the pass away. It comes wide to Cucurella. Cucurella's going to go back into his own half. Let's check in at Tottenham then. Tottenham Bournemouth, Mike Williams.
It is still goalless here, Ali, but Christian Romero really is showing all the rustiness of a player who's been out for more than 3 months. A really clumsy challenge on Justin Kluivert in a really dangerous position on the edge of the D. In the end, Marcus Tavernier's free kick for Bournemouth came to nothing, hit the wall. At the other end, Dominic Solanke Yankee has finally had a sniff against his old club. His flicked header from a Johnson cross straight at Kepa. Tottenham 0, Bournemouth 0.
Enzo Fernandez has been fouled. Chelsea have won a free kick 15 yards inside the Leicester half. They take it quickly, but they come backwards. Toss in on the ball in the centre circle. Vardy comes towards him. It's worked out to the right-hand side. Neto makes a run infield. The pass doesn't find him. Soumare looked to try and win it. And Ndidi, his teammate, is there. Steps in. Does well for Leicester. A couple of challenges in on him, and he managed to evade both. And they get the ball back to Connor Cody on the edge of the Leicester box, straight up the middle of the pitch to Daka. Daka sees the run from Soumare. Back it comes to Ndidi. Ndidi's diagonal over the top is for Justin to chase, and Cucurella has got work to do. Justin gets there. Early first time cross. Sanchez came flying for it. Oh, the ball's off the bar. Vardy jumps. Can't head in the rebound. He's headed Colwill by mistake. Vardy and Colwill are both down. We've got another clash of heads here, and Leicester very nearly took the lead. Let's unpick all of that, Mark Schwarzer. Great move by Leicester down the right. The cross came in. Sanchez came a long way to try and get it, didn't do so. And the header's come back off the bar.
Yeah, James Justin's ball is brilliant. It's a really good ball out. I mean, Sanchez should never be coming for it. There's no way in the world he's going to get it. He's diving for it. He's missed. It's outside the 6-yard box. It's low. Tosin then thinks the keeper's going to get it. Goes off his shoulder onto the crossbar. As it comes down, Levi Colwell's the first one to the ball, but at the same time Jamie Vardy comes to it and they collide. It's a mess. It really was a mess that Chelsea survived.
Well, both players seem to be okay. Vardy and Colwell back on their feet. They shake hands. Game about to get back underway. Cole Palmer's seen a penalty saved, and Leicester now very nearly take the lead through a toss-in own goal. What was Robert Sanchez doing? Full time in the Women's FA Cup quarter-finals. Are Manchester City through to the last four? Nathan Alban.
They are through, Ali. 2-0 against Aston Villa. Second half strikes from Bunny Shaw and Jess Park. Villa worked hard, but will rue Ebony Salmon's missed 1v1 at 0-0. The semi-final draw later. Full time, Manchester City 2, Aston Villa 0.
Arsenal, Liverpool, Chelsea, Crystal Palace both kick off at 2:30. At 3 o'clock this afternoon in the Scottish Cup quarter-finals, men's competition, Celtic against Hibs, Hearts and Aberdeen already through to the semis. Could have been a handball from Christensen there. Play on here. Chelsea 0, Leicester 0. 20 minutes left in what's been a very eventful first half. Here's Colwill, forward position across to Nkunku. Nkunku finds Cucurella, crossing towards Palmer. It sits up for him on the first touch, comes back to Cucurella, hooks the ball across the face of the Leicester box. Neto does well to stretch and control that. He's lost a bit of momentum here. Starts to dribble down the right. El Khanous is able to block his path. Pass comes back to Fofana. Neto stays wide on his left foot, gets that cross into the far post. Justin heads it away. Forced to Colwill inside the box. Cut back to Palmer. Strokes the shot. Hits the back of one of his own players. Caicedo shoots into the ground. Hermansen makes the save. 0-0.
Yeah, again from Chelsea there. Some good balls on the box. Just no one can quite get on the end of it. Leicester have been last-ditch defending. Some decent defending there. And as the ball gets popped back in again, Cole Palmer just hits it into the ground. And I think it hits Jadon Sancho on the back and pops back out again. So a little bit messy again from Chelsea.
Chelsea 0, Leicester 0. Mark Schwarzer with us here at Stamford Bridge. Mike Williams watching Tottenham Bournemouth, and John Murray with your commentary this afternoon at Old Trafford. 4:30 kickoff. Manchester United against Arsenal. Arsenal starting the game with 2 games in hand on Liverpool, 16 points behind them after Liverpool's comeback win at home against Southampton yesterday. Fofana, loads of space to run into, decides to use it, sprints away down the right, then he's tackled by El Khanous just inside the Leicester half, and Chelsea win the throw. Earlier on in the Championship today, it finished Portsmouth 1, Leeds 0. Caicedo, now he's got to be a little bit careful this afternoon. 9 yellow cards he's picked up this season. Another one means a 2-game ban. And Chelsea's next 2 games, away to Arsenal and at home to Tottenham. He will not want to be missing those. Forward here to Nkunku. Nkunku controls, and all he can do is come all the way back to Robert Sanchez. And Chelsea's goalkeeper situation again, it's a really interesting one at the moment, because he's been chopping and changing recently and neither looks totally secure.
Well, and I think that never helps. I think the chopping and changing doesn't help anyone. And in that instance there, Robert Sanchez, and I think that's probably one of the biggest criticisms for him.
Fernandez's ball down the right for Chelsea. Lovely little chop from Sancho. Cross comes in, headed away by Justin. And Nkunku was waiting at the far post, as was Cucurella. Colwill intercepts the Leicester clearance. Cucurella with the long hair flowing and this sparkling sunshine behind him. Then Colwill's too eager, comes through the back of Daka, and that's going to be a free kick to Leicester.
I think one of the criticisms towards Robert Sanchez is that at times he gets involved in things he shouldn't. That was a prime example of it. It was a really good ball from James Justin, and I think what happened is he wants to get involved, wants to make a difference. He feels like he can get it, but it's a ball that's always going away from him. It's at pace, it's low, he's full stretch and he doesn't get near it, and that causes the confusion.
And if he doesn't go for that mark, I know he doesn't know as he's going for it necessarily. Well, he should know what's around it, but Tossin's going to head that away easily, isn't he?
Absolutely, 100%. It's dealt with, it's cleared, it's a simple head away, and he sees that as the play's building up, because you're scanning what's happening.
Yeah.
You're scanning the runs, you're seeing where the danger is. So that ball into the box is one that you're thinking already, where is the danger? If that goes long, then there's more danger. If it goes low and short, I've got some of their cover. He just doesn't read the situation. He just wants to get involved, and I don't think he should be.
15 minutes remaining in the first half. Plenty of goalkeeping experience talking there. Former Australian international Mark Schwarzer as Colwill clears on the half volley. Neto's able to collect that nicely. First touch is a good one inside the Leicester half. Neto turns, Leicester back off, forward to Nkunku, chased by Fass, who's got the black bandage wrapped around his forehead now after the clash of heads with Neto earlier on. Enzo Fernandez runs away from El Canoes, hits a low shot well wide of the target, behind for the goal kick. Wigan Huddersfield in the Super League. Latest Matt Newsom.
Yeah, Wigan 26, Huddersfield 18. Wigan finally have a bit of daylight. Harry Smith's 40-20 kick gave them the position, and from that, Bevan French with a typically tiptoeing little flourish touches down in the corner. Wigan 26, Huddersfield 18.
Commentary of India, New Zealand in the ICC Champions Trophy. The cricket is over on Sports Extra. Full commentary of Tottenham Bournemouth available via the BBC Sport website and app, and that is where you'll find England-Italy in the Six Nations this afternoon as well. Final round of matches next Saturday. 2:15 Italy-Ireland, that's on Sports Extra. 4:45 Wales-England, that's on Sports Extra. France-Scotland, 5 Live, 8 o'clock Saturday night. Vardy onto the ball for Leicester. He's in the Chelsea area, and Daka was there in the middle. Couldn't find him. The cross comes back to Vardy. Vardy takes his time. Oh, Christensen lets it through his legs, then just about keeps it in play. Fernandez nearly intercepts the pass, and Christensen comes racing back. He's rather embarrassed, but he does make amends for Leicester. Cody drives the ball forward with his right foot. He can play some wonderful passes from deep, Cody. He's overhit that one bounce, and it's gone behind for the Chelsea goal kick. Chelsea 0, Leicester 0.
Well, there is an out for Leicester City down this right-hand side. You got James Justin, who's making those runs. Obviously, Cucurella's the one that likes to get forward for Chelsea, so more often than not, Cucurella's a little bit late trying to get back in there. That ball over the top is always on for Leicester City, and they've done it a couple of times. The danger has come down this right-hand side from James Justin, so they've got to keep doing it. That one was just slightly overhit from Conor Cody.
Here's toss in forward to Palmer, who came short for that one to the halfway line. Caicedo's pass intercepted by Fass. Fass is then tackled by Caicedo. He plays a low pass to Cucurella. Caicedo on the ball for Chelsea, just jogging here diagonally across the halfway line. Vardy in front of him, so he passes round him. Tossin's lofted ball forward beyond Nkunku. Justin comes sprinting across for Leicester, gets an important toe on that. Then a second touch is a clearance down the touchline, and Daka's doing some good defensive work for Leicester there. Blocks the pass forward from Caicedo, and it goes out for a Chelsea throw. 12 minutes remaining in the first half. Chelsea 0, Leicester 0. Caicedo threw that towards Colwill. Colwill didn't see it coming, and luckily Tossin was alert to that and runs in behind and collects it, because Vardy was close by. Crystal Palace conceded a goal like that, didn't they, a few weeks back? Can't remember who that was against Everton, wasn't it? Just a complete switch off, throw into one man who wasn't looking, and Everton nicked it and went off and scored the goal. For Fofana to Fernandez, on to Sancho on the right. Clever ball back to Fernandez, continues the run, low ball looking for Neto. Fass is there to intercept. Out to the right it goes again for Chelsea. Fernandez cross appeals for handball. Luke Thomas jumped inside the area. Tim Robinson not interested for now. VAR will be having a look. Clever back heel from Fernandez. Sancho zips forward into the area, overhits the cross beyond everyone, and it'll go out for a Leicester throw in the right back position. Mark Schwarzer.
Yeah, my first thoughts are that no, it may have hit his hand, but I don't think he's in an awkward position. He stretches full out with his left leg. I think it definitely is a block with his left leg. Whether it touches his hand in the process, we'll see now again on the replay. I'm not quite sure. I think it's okay. I think he's got his hands to his body, close enough to his body. I don't think there's a problem with that.
And they're happy at Stockley Park. Game is back underway. Leicester have taken their throw. Justin has slipped as he's launched a clearance down the right. Daka's dragged to the floor by Colwill. Free kick for Leicester. So 34, nearly 35 minutes in. Cole Palmer's seen his penalty saved. Leicester have hit the crossbar. Leicester with the new formation. How do you think they're going then, Mark Schwarzer, in this game?
Well, did Leicester hit the crossbar or did Chelsea hit the crossbar?
Chelsea hit their own crossbar.
That's right.
Thank you very much.
Look, I think Leicester will be delighted with the scoreline. Obviously, there's elements of the game that needs to be better. The penalty, look, was for them. They would claim it's quite soft, but I think it's a fair decision.
Good build-up from Leicester here. El Khanous running free. Pass at the left, just overhit. Christensen is making an arrowing run in towards the penalty. He has kept it in play on the left, and he's got a cross in. That's easy for Sanchez. Just runs to the near post and makes the catch. Slings it out overarm to the left-hand side. The ball bounces 3 times in front of Nkunku. Neto has to come back into an onside position to receive the pass. Drops the shoulder, lays it back here to Caicedo. Caicedo looks to his left and finds Cucurella. 10 minutes remaining in the first half at a sunny Stamford Bridge. Chelsea 0, Leicester 0. Caicedo, middle of the Leicester half, rolls a pass across to Fofana. Leicester are back in their defensive shape. Fofana comes back to the left to Colwill. Colwill languidly strokes a ball to Cucurella. Back and around they go, Chelsea. Cucurella now tossing, goes for the straight ball, chipped down the middle for Palmer. Easy for Cody to get there, headed away. Bounces loose inside the Leicester half. El Khanous then challenged by Fofana. That'll be a free kick to Leicester. Tottenham, Bournemouth. Any goals as yet, Mike Williams?
No, still goalless here, Ali. 9 minutes to go, but the referee, John Brooks, has just quickly waved away Tottenham penalty appeals after Brennan Johnson was upended by Milos Kerkez in the box. Replay showed the Hungarian Kerkez clearly got to the ball. He's just been spoken to again, has Kerkez, so he's treading a fine line. But at the moment, I'd still say it's Bournemouth on top. Very scrappy from Tottenham, no fluidity. It's Spurs 0, Bournemouth 0.
All the reaction to today's football in the Football Daily podcast. That'll be recorded later this evening, available via the BBC Sounds app, the Premier League review episode. It might be part of your Monday morning routine. Rugby Union Weekly, well worth a listen as well. England-Italy kicks off at 3 o'clock in the Six Nations this afternoon. Mats Hermansen's ball from the free kick is headed away by Nkunku. Neto keeps it in play, knocks it forward into the Leicester half, and Nkunku's not sprinting for that. I don't think he would have got there. Samari is there for Leicester. Back to Hermansen, Leicester's keeper outside his area. High spinning ball down the inside right channel. Colwill heads it away. Caicedo controls that on the volley. Neto then plays a first time ball to Cucurella, and Chelsea will start to build from the back. 8 minutes left in the first half. Chelsea 0, Leicester 0. For Chelsea, all about trying to secure top 4, top 5 finish for Champions League football next season. Caicedo to Colwill. Colwill midway inside the Leicester half, out to the left to Cucurella, and Nkunku followed by Fass, caught by Fass. Free kick for Chelsea.
Yeah, it's just a silly free kick to give away from Fass because he's going away from goal. There's no reason to give that free kick away. Now it just puts your team under a bit more pressure. Chelsea have a chance to settle things down, get players forward, work through a free kick, delivery in the box. They're the ones that are frustrating.
Yeah, given the bandage around his head, if Fass has got a bit about him out there and there's a decision he doesn't agree with, I would love it if he went with a "you cannot be serious" to the referee. That would be a good line from Wout Fass. He's concentrating on trying to keep the Leicester clean sheet. Chelsea 0, Leicester 0. Brilliant penalty save from Mads Hermansen. As Mark was saying earlier in the commentary, if you missed it, Palmer went for power to try and be sure, went low, but Hermansen guessed right, and unless you get that right in the corner, if the goalkeeper guesses the right way, difficult to beat them, isn't it, Mark?
Yeah, very much so. And I think he, you say guesses right, I think he read it. I think he read it. He didn't guess this time. He didn't go early. I think he read the whole situation.
Brilliant goalkeeping. Neto's free kick, deep one to the far post, and Nkunku jumps. The ball goes straight up in the air. Cucurella miscues a pass. El Khanous is run off the ball, but it falls to Daka. Daka's got speed, dances past Neto. Cucurella's in his way to block the run forward. Suddenly the game feels open here Chelsea coming forward late in this first half. Palmer to Fofana. Fofana makes a run on the outside. Sancho sees that and uses the run as a decoy, brings it forward for Chelsea. Back to Palmer again. Palmer has got Ndidi in front of him, trying to make a fool of him. Ndidi's not falling for anything, so Palmer just turns and plays to Colwill. Colwill back to toss in on the halfway line. Vardy comes rushing in, gives up eventually after the ball's passed away from him. Fofana and Enzo Fernandez share a 1-2. Then Caicedo, diagonal ball, Cucurella, great run, volley cross into the box, might fall here for Neto, doesn't quite. Hermanson's off his line and grabs the bouncing ball.
I think Samari there does really, really well, because he's the one that has the interception or the challenge with Neto. He puts Neto off, doesn't allow him to have a clear shot, because if he does, that's a goal. I mean, he's just outside the 6-yard box. It's a great ball. Players are running back across the face of goal, trying to make, cut back the angle after the ball's played across by Cucurella. And it's Neto. All you need him to do is just get his foot on the end of it, but it's because of Samari, who does so well.
Last 12 games for Leicester, 11 defeats in the Premier League, 4 goals scored, 31 conceded. You cannot stay in the Premier League like that, but they're hanging on at the moment. Wolves only drew against Everton yesterday. They're 6 points behind them starting this game today. Caicedo is fouled, so that'll be a free kick for Chelsea inside their own half. Next up for Leicester, Manchester United at the King Power Stadium. That is Sunday, so a week today, 7 o'clock kickoff. We will have full commentary. That'll follow our commentary of the League Cup final. We're at Wembley next week, 4:30 kickoff for the first major domestic trophy of the men's season. That is Liverpool against Newcastle. Here's Cody, first start in 8 Premier League games for him. Plays the ball forward into midfield. Back it comes to Hermansson. Hermansson just trying to draw those Chelsea attackers onto him. To the edge of his area he goes, then drifts a pass down the right. Cucurella lets it bounce, hooks it over his shoulder. Caicedo heads it back to Cucurella, didn't keep that in. Throw in for Leicester. Attacking position on the right. We've got 4 minutes remaining in the first half. Goal at Tottenham, I'm hearing. Mike Williams.
And you can't say it hasn't been coming. Bournemouth have the lead here with just 4 minutes to go in the first half. A lightning break from the visitors. Ball whipped across the face of goal. Tottenham defence all at sea, and it fell to Marcus Tavernier, who, sliding in, guided the ball into the back of the net. And it is Bournemouth here who take a 1-0 lead. There's talk of a VAR check, but the fans are celebrating nonetheless. I'll bring you news of whether this goal stands or not, but at the moment it looks like it will, and it's Bournemouth who have a deserved lead against Spurs, 1-0.
Bournemouth win today, that would take them to 46 points. Chelsea drawing here, if it finished like that, they would be on 47 points. Bournemouth very much in the mix. Really good team under Andoni Iraola. Neto on the right, flicks a pass back to Fofana. Closing stages of the first half, 5 Live and BBC Sounds. Live at Stamford Bridge. Palmer gets the ball, middle of the Leicester half, passes it towards Colwill, hits the referee, and then says, "Ref, what are you doing there?" And so it's going to be a drop ball to get the game restarted.
I don't know what the referee was supposed to do.
No, I don't.
I mean, Cole Palmer I think Cole Palmer's holding onto the ball, waiting for the referee to move.
Yeah.
But the referee's just trying to hold his ground and just try and stay out of play, right? And then he plays it anyway. And obviously the minute it hits the referee, maybe it's clever play in the end from Cole Palmer, because he knows the minute it hits the referee, the ball's going to be given back to Chelsea and they're going to have a bit more time on the ball.
Yeah, referee drops the ball at the feet of Levi Colwill. Colwill gets it back here from Caicedo. Comes out to Cucurella. Justin snaps into a challenge. Cucurella to Colwill. Toss in across the halfway line. Fofana opens his body up and feeds Sancho on the right. Enzo Fernandez tries to burst away from Sumare. Into the penalty area he goes. Thomas slides in, gets a good left foot on the ball and knocks it out for a throw-in to Chelsea on the right. Cole Palmer having seen his penalty saved in this first half. Chelsea 0, Leicester 0, and waiting for confirmation from the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium that Bournemouth's goal does stand, and they lead Tottenham 1-0. So back to Mike Williams once that is confirmed either way. The goal does stand, I'm being told. So Marcus Tavernier has scored. Tottenham 0, Bournemouth 1. That is approaching half-time. Here's Nkunku for Chelsea. It's gone quiet again inside the stadium. Colwill back to Nkunku, 10 yards inside the Leicester half on the left. Little shimmy. Back it comes to Colwill. Chelsea not going anywhere there. Across it comes to Tosin. Tosin's gone for the odd straighter ball down the middle. This time he plays forward to Caicedo. Caicedo whips a low pass, bounces once, controlled by Cucurella. Cucurella back into midfield, finds Caicedo. Cucurella continues his run down the left, heads the ball into the penalty area. Palmer's there, bumped into, couldn't get the ball down to try and get the shot away. Clever from Ndidi, pokes a little ball to Daka. Daka's stopped in his tracks by Caicedo, and the ball eventually goes out for a Leicester throw. 1 minute of the 45 remaining in the first half, and it's still Chelsea 0, Leicester 0.
I think it's Boubakary Soumaré again in the right position at the right time. He's the one that's actually done very well defensively in and around that 18-yard box. He's been in there at the last minute. He's put off opportunities for Chelsea to have simple shots at goal from distance or even close in.
Soumaré came through the back of Cole Palmer. Referee's playing advantage here. Fernandez gets it back to Sancho. Neto's made a run on the outside, just outside the Leicester penalty area on the right. Sancho's there for him. Sancho back to Neto. Leicester have forced this out of the touchline on the right. Then to Fofana. Sancho receives the ball, surrounded by Leicester defenders in these sort of off-white, light grey shirts they're playing in at Stamford Bridge this afternoon. Neto across to Tosin, central position 30 yards out. Palmer has dropped deep. 6 minutes of added time at the end of the first half, after we've seen a couple of players clash heads, and we've got Wout Faes and Pedro Neto, both of their heads, foreheads wrapped in bandages. Sancho, little trick, darting run in between two defenders, then a drag. Soumaré reads it, gets Vardy away. Vardy against Tosin. Vardy at 38 years old still has the speed just to get there first. Keeps the ball for Leicester. Gets support from El Khanous. El Khanous, clever first time ball into Soumaré. Not had too many chances to do too much with the ball in this first half, Leicester, but here's an opportunity as we head towards the half-time whistle. Cody is just inside the Chelsea half, launches the high diagonal. El Khanous, under no pressure, controls it with the laces of his right boot, works it onto his right foot. Low cross in towards Vardy. It's hooked across the face of goal. Fofana gets a touch, goes behind for a corner.
Yeah, needed a touch from Fofana because Vardy's right behind him. This is a big chance for Leicester City, and I'll tell you what, it's a really good outstretched leg from Fofana there. That prevents Vardy having a big chance from just on the 6-yard box.
Fofana's an obvious Leicester-Chelsea connection, as is the Chelsea boss Enzo Maresca, because he, of course, the man who won the title in the Championship with Leicester last season. Mark Schwarzer, another one. The Leicester-Chelsea connection. Keenan Dewsbury Hall on the Chelsea bench, another one. We're just seeing a slow-motion replay of the Mads Hermansen save, and the Mads Hermansen roars of celebration after he denied Cole Palmer from the penalty spot. Corner here then for Leicester late in the first half. Low skiddy one, easy for Palmer to knock it away on the bounce. Out for a throw-in to Leicester. Half-time at Tottenham, I believe. Mike Williams.
Tottenham 0, Bournemouth 1. Boos ringing around North London. Ange Postecoglou with a face like thunder. The visitors, though, fully deserve this lead. They have been by far the better side. The goal, indicative of their creativity and industry. Milos Kerkez, who's been excellent, latched on to a very loose Pedro Porro ball. Kerkez went on a lung-busting run, whipped the ball across the face of goal, and Marcus Tavernier got on the end of it and steered it in to give this half-time score of Tottenham 0, Bournemouth 1.
El Khanous looking for Vardy, well stopped by Tosin on the edge of the Chelsea penalty area. Chelsea fans want it forward quickly. Cucurella obliges, finds Neto. Neto fouled on the halfway line. Free kick for Chelsea, but Leicester did stop the attack. Cucurella wants to take that really quickly, swings it out to the left to Sancho. He's done well to control that under pressure from Christensen, and plays back to Fofana. So half-time, Tottenham 0, Bournemouth 1. Table as it stands, you've got Chelsea in 4th on 47, Manchester City in 5th on 47, Bournemouth and Brighton both on 46. Neto, cut back, and Kunku's shot just over the bar. Hermansen got a touch, says the referee. That's going to be a corner.
Yeah, good little play there from Chelsea. Neto found some space on the left-hand side. He looks around and actually looks for some space. As he picks out his man in Kunku, doesn't quite get the connection, just too much air on it and too straight at the goalkeeper. And Hermansen just makes sure that it goes over.
Enzo Fernandez then waiting to take the corner for Chelsea. 3 minutes of added time have been played. We've still got 3 to go. Beautiful spring afternoon in West London. Deeper corner to the far post, and Kunku, free header, nods it straight back across goal. Well wide of the target. Couldn't find a teammate, couldn't find the back of the net. Frustration is building amongst the home fans.
Yeah, free header. I don't think he expects to get a free header on that one, but everyone's just standing still. Nobody's making a run. He heads it back across the face of goal. I don't think he's going to score from that sort of distance. He's not renowned for being a great header of the ball. I think he does the right thing, just nobody reacts to it. And you can see Jadon Sancho was the closest to it, and he's just caught flat-footed.
Goal kick then for Leicester. Mads Hermansen, the hero so far today, denying Cole Palmer from the penalty spot. takes this goal kick. Predominantly green goalkeeping outfit with flashes of yellow. Cucurella heads it forward. Neto chases. Tricky for Cody. Hooks it over his shoulder, but Cody was able to get to his own clearance there. Then finds Justin with the pass. Justin's a little drag back. Gets it away from Nkunku. Back to Cody. Cody's lofted ball down the right. Volleyed forward by Colwell. And there's an offside flag up against Leicester, so that will be a free kick for Chelsea. Manchester United Arsenal commentary at 4:30. So when half-time whistle blows here and we wrap it up, I'm expecting Steve Crossman to be at Old Trafford. Match of the day tonight, BBC One at 10:30. Always available on the BBC iPlayer. And Indian Wells tennis commentary tonight from California. Katie Boulter of Great Britain against Elena Rybakina on Sports Extra from 8 o'clock. Luke Thomas is tackled by Enzo Fernandez inside the Chelsea half. Leicester throw, and we've got about a minute to play in what's been an eventful first half at Stamford Bridge, but it remains Chelsea 0, Leicester 0. Here's Cody. Cody across to Fast, deep inside Leicester territory. Hermansen very boldly standing nowhere near his goal, and if they give it away, Leicester, could be a problem. It's not. They've won it back, and Didi's ball just beyond Daka. Toss in via Colwell to Cucurella on the left. Here's Caicedo. Caicedo, little back heel to himself, looking for the runners ahead for a longer ball forward. 30 seconds remaining in the first half. Here's Colwell. Colwell delivers that ball down the channel. Fast heads it away. Miscued header from Caicedo falls at the feet of El Canouse. Last attacking chance of the first half will be Leicester's, and Victor Christiansen goes flying past El Canouse, and Chelsea are trying to get the blue shirts back. Christiansen gets it from El Canouse, gets the cross in. Tosin heads it straight up in the air, dropping just outside the Chelsea area on the right of their box. El Canouse holds off Fofana, keeps it down by the byline. Couple of drag backs, flicks it towards Christiansen, blocked by Fofana. Referee's looked at the watch, blows the whistle. Half time at Stamford Bridge, and it's goalless. And for the first time ever in a Chelsea shirt, Cole Palmer has seen a penalty saved. It was a trip by Christiansen on Jadon Sancho, trod on his foot. Palmer stepped up, but this time, for once for Chelsea, couldn't do the business. Leicester have also hit the crossbar, although that came off a Chelsea defender. And again, Mark Schwarzer, let's reiterate, not Cole Palmer's best penalty, but a brilliant save by the goalkeeper.
Yeah, Hermansen, brilliant save. He waited, and he didn't guess. He watched it, waited for it, and went the right way. And it's a really good save. It's a lot of power in it. Just does enough to push it outside the left-hand post. So really good save.
So that's it. Half-time at Stamford Bridge. Chelsea 0, Leicester 0.
And Mark Schwarzer, that was exactly what I was going to pick up with you on, because I think if you look at social media now, you will see a lot of Cole Palmer misses penalty, but it was very much saved.
That was a great reaction. Hermansen does really, really well because he doesn't go early, waits his time. You can see Cole Palmer, I mean, there was a delay in the taking of it. There was a bit of a scuffle on the edge of the box. That took a couple of seconds extra. Then the referee told Cole Palmer to reposition the ball. That took a little bit longer. Cole Palmer's had a couple of wayward shots in the game, and you're thinking, okay, what is he going to do? Is he going to go for placement, or is he going to go for power? He goes for power. And Hermansen just does really well, just waits, reacts, doesn't make it easy for him. And I always think that's always the best way. You've got a player that is struggling on confidence, low in confidence, no matter what he looks like, whatever he says himself, it's got to affect you when you're not hitting the back of the net like you normally do. And he waited, Hermansen, really well, put the pressure back on Cole Palmer to find a spot, and the reaction was brilliant.
And what a huge 45 minutes is coming up in the season of Leicester City, Mark.
Enormous. I think for both sides it's enormous. Obviously for Leicester it's about survival in the Premier League. If they were to get something out of today, that would be huge for them. The shift, 12 games, they've lost 11. There's no draws in there. They've only won one away at Spurs, which is an incredible result. But the fact that they've had 11 losses in those other games, that's the big problem. They've got to get results. They've got to pick up points. They've got to gain momentum somehow. And so far, 45 plus stoppage time away from picking up a minimum of a point. Let's wait and see what happens.
All right, Mark, Ali, thank you both very much for the time being. So, Chelsea 0, Leicester City 0. half-time in the Premier League. You'll get second-half commentary, of course, here on 5 Live. I'm inside Old Trafford. We've got Manchester United versus Arsenal coming up at 4:30 as well. Spurs 0, Bournemouth 1, the other half-time in the Premier League. You can listen to that one on the BBC Sport website and app. Manchester City are into the semi-finals of the Women's FA Cup after a 2-0 win over Aston Villa. 2 other quarter-finals, both going on as we speak. Chelsea Crystal Palace. Sahel Sahi.
23 minutes played here, Steve. Still Chelsea 0, Crystal Palace 0, but 3 chances for the home side. 2 for Aggie Beaver-Jones. One of them was kicked off the line by the Crystal Palace goalkeeper, and the other foul to Lauren James. Crystal Palace, they're hanging on in there. 23 minutes played. Chelsea 0, Crystal Palace 0.
What about Arsenal-Liverpool? Victoria Polly.
Approaching 25 minutes played, and it's Arsenal 0, Liverpool 0. Arsenal dominated possession without really creating anything in the final third. In a rare Liverpool attack, Olivia Smith had a shot block, but it's still Arsenal 0, Liverpool 0.
In Super League, it's Warrington 16, Wakefield 30. What about Wigan Huddersfield? Matt Newsom.
Yeah, no Vegas hangover for Wigan, who in the second half have completely bailed on the points on poor Huddersfield, who were really game in that first half. 10 seconds left of this one, but Wigan have scored twice in the second half. Liam Farrell, Liam Marshall, Bevan French, Jake Wardle, Jai Field and Cruz Leeming. Practically half the team there have crossed the line in this second half, and they are on course for 2 big points that will keep them in the mix at the top end. And Huddersfield, well, with 5 seconds left to play, they are going to end up with another game 4 from 4 without a win.
In the next 5 minutes, Celtic versus Hibs gets underway in the Scottish Cup quarter-final, and England-Italy in the Six Nations, live from Twickenham. Full commentary available on the BBC Sport website. We will be there after the news on 5 Live.
This is BBC Radio 5 Live.
Listen on BBC Sounds.
With the BBC News on 5 Live, I'm Fraser Dainton. The Cabinet Office Minister Pat McFadden says the civil service is not match fit for what the country needs, and the government plans to reshape it. Under the proposals, underperforming civil servants could be given incentives to leave, although he wouldn't be drawn on how many people could lose their jobs. A man's been shot by US Secret Service agents close to the White House. President Trump wasn't there at the time. Officials say they were warned by police in Indiana that the man was driving there to Washington. He was taken to hospital, but his condition isn't known. A 32-year-old man has been charged with the murder of a 16-year-old boy who was shot in South London on Tuesday. The teenager was named as Nathaniel Burrell. 32-year-old Omar Prempe from Forest Hill is due to appear at Bromley Magistrates Court tomorrow. Syria's interim leader has called for national unity after days of clashes and revenge killings in areas traditionally loyal to the former president Bashar al-Assad. Ahmed al-Shara has insisted that the situation was under control. The British-based War Monitor, the Syrian Observatory for Human Rights, says more than 700 Alawite civilians have been killed. And police across the UK and people across the UK have been attending events to mark 5 years since the start of the COVID pandemic on what's being called a day of reflection. A procession marched past a memorial wall of painted hearts in London, running beside the River Thames. That was followed by a ceremony outside Lambeth Palace.
When Titans clash, when there's no love lost between the teams, when it's the match you've all been waiting for.
I can't look.
Wait.
How did he do that?
Nothing brings us together like great TV. And a TV licence covers you to watch all TV channels, so you can share in the excitement of all sorts of sports. It also funds everything you love from the BBC, including iPlayer and live radio, like this.
BBC Radio 5 Live. This is 5 Live Sport
with Steve Crossman.
Listen on BBC Sounds.
Tottenham Hotspur 0, Bournemouth 1. Second half commentary on the way on the BBC Sport website. Chelsea 0, Leicester 0. Back to Stamford Bridge for the second half. Shortly on 5 Sports Extra, into the closing stages of the ICC Champions Trophy final. India, are they closing in on victory over New Zealand? Henry Moran.
Well, this game may have just taken a little bit of a turn. 141 for 3, the India score. They need 111 runs from 114 balls. Very doable. In fact, they should do it, but
The game has rather turned in the last half an hour. Rohit Sharma out for 76, Shubman Gill for 31, Virat Kohli for just 1. The Shubman Gill dismissal, Glenn Phillips taking the catch. I kid you not, it is the best I have ever seen. You can watch it on the BBC Sport website and app. It is astonishing. India 141 for 3 after 31 overs, chasing 252.
We are bringing you great live sporting action from some of the best sporting theatres around. Here inside Old Trafford, Manchester United Arsenal at 4:30. It'll be loud. It'll do well to match Twickenham in the Six Nations. England, Italy about to get underway. Chris Jones.
Packed out crowd here. Perfect day for rugby in the Twickenham sunshine. Special moment for Jamie George. He's just led England out with his daughter on the occasion of his 100th England cap. After that demolition in Dublin, France are in control of the Six Nations title, but England are still in with a sniff. First things first, they've got to beat Italy and score some tries in the process. We're underway in a matter of seconds, Steve.
Full commentary on the BBC Sport website with Chris and the team just kicking off now as well. In Scotland, Celtic looking to keep their domestic treble hopes alive. They host Hibs in the Scottish Cup quarter-finals. Kenny Crawford.
Yeah, just about a minute or so from kick-off, Chris. The Parkhead side have won this famous old competition 42 times, and Brendan Rodgers has been in charge for 3 of those trophy lifts. He'd love this to be a part of his potential treble season, as you referred to there. Hibernian have only been Scottish Cup winners 3 times, most recently in 2016 when David Gray headed a 92nd minute winner against Rangers. He's now their head coach, and he's guided them to 15 games unbeaten over recent months, including a 2-1 win against Celtic in the league recently. He says they've got the momentum, confidence and belief to do it again, and they've got 7,000 Hibs fans here supporting them at Celtic Park. It's Celtic against Hibs kicking off shortly in the Scottish Cup quarter-final.
Thank you very much, Kenny. We always like to give you a little peek behind the curtains when we can on 5 Live, so if you've ever wondered what does John Murray's sound check sound like, then you've just heard it live on 5 Live.
Yes, normally I'm on a different line to the presenter.
Just for now, John, just for now, we're keeping us together. What a wonderful day this is. Spring has arrived very much now.
It's a wonderful day at Old Trafford, but for Manchester United supporters, there's going to be a protest outside. We don't know how many of Manchester United's fans are going to join in on that, so there's going to be a march to the ground, and as people will, I'm sure, be well aware, this is a protest at the general malaise around Manchester United Football Club and all of the various things that are happening and not happening behind the scenes, and the knock-on effect on what's happening on the pitch. And as we look at it now, if you consult your league table, you'll see Manchester United in 15th place in the Premier League table, nearly in the middle of March.
Do you know, I feel almost exactly the way I felt when I was with you at the Etihad recently for Manchester City versus Liverpool, in 2 ways. One, a game which on the face of it doesn't feel in the league like it has a huge amount riding on it, but at the same time a fixture that you will always be excited for.
Yeah, obviously the history, what these 2 clubs have achieved in the English game, and let's not forget the fact that Mikel Arteta is stubbornly and very firmly not conceding this Premier League title. He said he wouldn't do that until it's mathematically impossible for Arsenal to win the league. And yes, it's a 16-point lead at the moment, but do bear in mind that Arsenal play 3 times in the Premier League before Liverpool play a game. So if they are going to cling on with their fingertips and put a modicum of pressure on Liverpool, clearly they have to win here today. They've got to win at home to Chelsea next weekend, and they've got to win at home to Fulham. Before then, Liverpool play Everton in the Merseyside derby.
Had a lovely walk down the Manchester Ship Canal to get here to Old Trafford. Beautiful sunshine, the beer gardens open along the way. One of them, as I walked past, was booming out the Naughty's Kooks hit, Naive, which ends with the lead singer just shouting, "Just don't let me down," over and over again. And in a completely unconnected matter, Manchester United's season continues to rumble on.
Yeah, they've produced some performances and got some results against the better teams this season, haven't they? So there is that, and I think as well, Thursday now for them, this match here against Real Sociedad in the second leg becomes really huge for Manchester United in the context of what's happening this season, to try and just cling on to something and get something from this season. And yes, I know that's only the round of 16 in the Europa League, but I think with an eye on that, that's why it's important for Manchester United to show today, see if they can get a result against Arsenal.
We'll find out the team news in, about 10 minutes' time? No, a bit longer than that. It's fascinating, John, isn't it? Not just because of the fact that, both teams have got their own selection issues to think about, but because it's sandwiched in between, some might say, more important games in Europe, certainly for Manchester United.
Yes, it is, and so therefore, there are question marks about the fitness of Maguire and Ugarte today. If there's any doubt, if there's any concern over them, clearly then they're not going to play today. And my expectation would be that we'll see another very, very inexperienced Manchester United bench. Might well be that Casemiro and Eriksen are in the starting lineup again. So that's where they are.
Right, John, thank you very much for the time being. There's already been a try at Twickenham. Chris Jones.
Yeah, and it's gone to England, just 3 minutes gone. Excellent start from the home side. Tommy Freeman got some room down the edge, inside to Tom Curry. Alex Mitchell short to Tom Willis on a crash ball. He scored his first England try. Finn Smith lining up the kick, should nail this. 15 minutes in from the touchline. England 5, Italy 0, 4 minutes gone.
Still Tottenham 0, Bournemouth 1 in the Premier League. Second half commentary available right now for you on the BBC Sport website and app. 5 Sports Extra is the place that you need to go to for the cricket. India and New Zealand in the final of the Champions Trophy. Here inside Old Trafford, lots more build-up to come, and then full commentary of Manchester United versus Arsenal at 4:30. But only once we're done at Stamford Bridge. Big second half coming up. Chelsea 0, Leicester 0. Mark Schwarzer with Ali Bruceport.
Yes, in terms of chasing those Champions League places via league position, very much going Bournemouth's way at half-time in the 2 o'clock kickoffs there. 1-0 up at Tottenham. Chelsea 0, Leicester 0. Leicester fans, of course, have an eye on avoiding relegation. Starting today, 6 points behind Wolves. Could they find themselves a precious away win in the second half here this afternoon to get themselves just that little bit closer? It's been 7 points from 14 Premier League games so far under Ruud van Nistelrooy, who is in the long sleeve dark blue jumper. We can see him sitting in the Leicester dugout at the moment. The Leicester players are back on the field and the Chelsea players are just on their way. Chelsea 0, Leicester 0. It's been a right old arm wrestle so far, which very neatly takes me on to dealing with Tony Livesey's floodlit fact of the day, which is still a feature on Late Night Livesey, 10:30 Monday to Thursday on 5 Live and BBC Sounds. And I discovered this week, Mark Schwarzer, that Todd Boehly, as in Chelsea owner chairman, at college was a supreme wrestler, a wrestling champion. His college in Maryland, apparently there is a room there named the Burley Room, and it's all to do with his wrestling exploits in college days. Have you ever wrestled, is my obvious follow-up question.
Well, I have, but not in competition. My dad was a wrestler.
What? A professional wrestler?
No, not professional, but he amateur wrestler in Germany back in the day. Wow. So yeah, my dad did. Yeah. So
did he have a wrestling name?
No. So not the whole American wrestling.
No, I know. But
I don't know. I don't think so. No.
But I mean, even old school wrestling.
I'll have to ask him.
Yeah, definitely. I'd like to know that.
No, I don't think so.
Because I mean, Big Daddy and Giant Haystacks back in the day, sort of 80s for me, wrestling in this country. Oh, what's your dad's first name?
Hans Joachim.
Hans Joachim Schwarzer.
That's it. So he's actually got a medal as well. He's got like a bronze medal from I think it's like a state kind of title thing. Yeah.
That's amazing. Fantastic. Second half is underway. Chelsea 0, Leicester 0. You see, that's what floodlit fact of the day can lead to. Here's Cucurella starting a little run just outside the Leicester penalty area. Chelsea, blue shirts, blue shorts, bright white socks, attacking the Matthew Harding stand away to our right in this second half. Wesley Fofana, former Leicester man, starting a first game for Chelsea since the 1st of December today at right back. Passes the ball back to Tosin. Chelsea have Robert Sanchez in goal, who's not looked totally secure in the game so far. Oh, that ball off Neto's backside. Falls to Cucurella, hits the shot, and Fast comes sliding in to make the block, and it goes behind for a corner.
I'm going to say it's really, really good adjustment. I think Neto knows exactly what he's doing. The ball's actually not quite has the pace on it to match Neto's running behind the left-hand side. And as he sees it dropping in behind him, he just sort of lets it hit him on the back, on his side, and just shoves it in the way of Cucurella.
Corner for Chelsea. I'm told there's been another goal at Tottenham. We will go there in just a second. Let's see if Chelsea can score early in the second half here from the corner. It will come in from the left-hand side, and away swinger to the edge of the box. Might drop to Enzo Fernandez. Couple of touches. Down to the byline he goes. Cross comes in into the side netting, and behind for the goal kick to Leicester, to Tottenham. Mike Williams.
Oh dear. Tottenham 0, Bournemouth 2. The visitors doubling their lead through Justin Kluivert, who just tapped in really when fed from the left-hand channel, although there is a possible offside VAR check ongoing as things stand, and the decision is no goal. So that goal has actually been chalked off. No goal. We're back to 1-0, but Bournemouth starting the second half as they began the first, on top here against Spurs.
Okay, thank you, Mike. Commentary via the BBC Sport website and app. That is where you can find England-Italy in the Six Nations as well. Commentary via the BBC Sport website and app. Chris Jones will keep us updated. England looking for a bonus point win today to go above Ireland in the table. It would put England on 15 points, Ireland on 14, France on 16. Next break in play, we'll hear from Chris, who's watching the action. In the meanwhile, Soumare's dribbling forward for Leicester. He's run out of space. He's been tackled on the halfway line, and Chelsea are launching an early counter-attack in the second half. Neto, ball at his feet to Palmer. First time layoff, runs to Sancho via deflection, goes behind for the goal kick. So what about England-Italy then in the Six Nations? Chris Jones.
Well, you mentioned the bonus point, Ali. England are almost halfway there. They've got one try scored by Tom Willis, converted by Finn Smith. They lead 7-0. But Tommy Freeman in a one-on-one. Great tackle coming in by Menoncello. But then England force this lead dead. It means England have a 5-metre scrum and a great opportunity to extend this lead. 8 minutes gone. England 7, Italy 0. Although a stoppage, Ollie Lawrence getting treatment. Doesn't look good for Lawrence, sadly.
Early Chelsea chance, thank you Chris, in the second half, comes to nothing. Crossing from Palmer, nodded down and caught by Hermansen. It is set up really nicely next Saturday for your Six Nations commentaries, because if England do get that win and go above Ireland, you'll have Italy-Ireland playing first, 2:15 on Sports Extra. So if Ireland get the big win, they would go top of the table. Then Wales-England follow at 4:45. If they got the win, they could go above Ireland. And then France trying to win the championship against Scotland. That's an 8 o'clock commentary on 5 Live. That's next weekend. This is Stamford Bridge. This is Chelsea 0, Leicester 0. Palmer to Sancho. Sancho knocks it past Thomas, tries to run around him and collect it the other side. And then Thomas goes to ground. And the assistant referee does give the free kick. Not much in that. Jadon Sancho complains. Jadon Sancho, though, in the first half won the penalty with some top class not acting. His foot was trodden on, but he certainly exaggerated that contact, didn't he, in the first half?
Yeah, he did a little bit there. He tried to use his pace to get around Thomas. Thomas does well. Look, he does grab hold of him. He slightly grabs hold of him, slight shove, and Thomas goes down quite easily. But what you've done is you've given him an out. And it's right in front of the linesman. The referee's right close by. It's an easy decision for them.
Picture of the former wrestling champion Todd Burley, arms crossed. Open neck, light blue shirt, bright blue blazer. Watching Chelsea 0, Leicester 0. Robert Sanchez in goal. Fofana, Tosin, Colwell and Cucurella the back four. Caicedo and Enzo Fernandez the midfield two. Sancho, Palmer and Kunku. And Pedro Neto playing through the middle. Cody bringing the ball forward for Leicester. Into Vardy, back to goal, lays it off to Wout Faes. Faes striding over the halfway line, chips one forward. Daka flicks it on. Vardy couldn't quite control it. He lifted his foot up, was trying to control it on the back heel on the volley. Very difficult skill and couldn't do it. Chelsea 0, Leicester 0. 5 minutes gone in the second half here at Stamford Bridge. Sanchez, surrounded by Leicester players, has time though to hoof one downfield with his right foot. Good leap by Sancho to head it infield. Couldn't quite find Neto. Neto now has been tidied up sufficiently. Took a whack on the head in the first half, but the bandages now come off. Sancho caught on the halfway line. Advantage played. Enzo Fernandez, ball through the channel. Neto felt he was being dragged back, but Chelsea don't get the free kick there. Mads Hermansen, Leicester keeper, plays to Connor Cody. Leicester playing out from the back inside their own penalty area. Nicely done, Soumare. First time ball here to Christensen. Slightly loose one, indeed he gets there though, and so does El Canoe. Side foots a pass to Wout Faes. You can hear the Leicester fans encouraged in the shed end away to our left. Fass's ball out to the right to Justin. Back it comes to Fass again. Walking pace inside his own half and across to Cody. Quick check in at Tottenham. Mike Williams.
Still Tottenham 0, Bournemouth 1. And Ange Postecoglou made two changes at half-time. He brought on Lucas Bergvall and Heung-min Son for Basuma and Johnson. And Son has made an immediate impact. He tricked his way into the box, got a shot away. It was goal-bound, but took a little deflection just wide of Kepa's left-hand post. They still trail 1-0 here, Spurs.
Leicester coming close early in the second half. Bouncing ball, tight angle. Jamie Vardy struck it viciously, and Robert Sanchez, Mark Schwarzer, in the right place to make the save at the near post.
Yeah, he kicked himself really big, just throws his right hands out. Oh, he's both his hands out to his right hand side, and then gets the deflection in behind. It was a really good shot, really good attempt from such a tight angle from Jamie Vardy.
Leicester are in this game, very much in this game. Chelsea 0, Leicester 0, early stages of the second half on 5 Live and BBC Sounds. Tottenham Bournemouth commentary over on the BBC Sport website and app. Here's the Leicester corner into the near post, headed away by Tosin, chased by Luke Thomas, keeps it in play for Leicester. El Khanous receives it, low cross. Cucurella takes care with that, side foots a ball to Nkunku, back to Cucurella, across to Palmer in the left back position, great vision, launches one downfield. Sancho sprinting after it. Neto's quick too and actually gets there first. Neto driving infield, tees himself up, drags the shot low. Hermansen's got it covered and it goes behind for a corner to Chelsea. Chelsea 0, Leicester 0. After Chelsea have taken the corner, we'll go and check in on Celtic Hibs, Scottish Cup quarter-final, kicked off at 3 o'clock this afternoon. Enzo Fernandez waiting to take the corner on the right in a tiny little bit of sunshine that is left. The shadows now stretching pretty much all over the Stamford Bridge pitch. What a glorious afternoon to be watching Premier League football. Fernandez's corner headed away in between Caicedo and Neto. Caicedo says leave it to me, rolls a pass to Neto. Neto has got time here, a couple of touches, crosses from deep from the left, chested down by Enzo Fernandez all the way on the right. Pacey pass to Sancho, back to Fernandez, cross to the far post, and Nkunku lays it off. Neto with a little dummy, still dribbling, tumbles inside the box, not going to get the decision, tried to buy a penalty there, and Tim Robinson not falling for it, and now Leicester coming on the counter with Daka dragged back by Colwell. Referee wants to play the advantage. El Khanous is now fouled, and eventually Chelsea stop the attack. Leicester get the free kick. Got to be a yellow card in there somewhere.
You would think so. I mean, there was a clear, obviously, delaying the break from Chelsea, and the referee hasn't given anything. He's getting a discussion in his ear. We're seeing this now on the replay. Neto in the box, good quick feet. Look, there is a touch on him there, isn't there, from James Justin? He sticks his leg out, and he does. It's more Neto running into it than James Justin actually fouling him.
Yeah, it's a classic that. Neto has darted in between Soumare and Justin. Justin has done that thing where a player's going behind you and he's just left a trailing leg, but it's there like as a mini hurdle, and Neto, rather than trying to beat it, has run into it. He's engaged the contact and gone down, and he's not going to get the penalty for Chelsea.
No, he's not, and I think it's the right decision. It didn't look like a penalty at normal time. I mean, I think he took the wrong option. He tried. I mean, there's a wall of players, and he's tried to dribble his way through it, trying to win the penalty. Could have easily have laid off and given one of his teammates a chance having a shot on goal.
Taking you to Celtic shortly. Bournemouth still leading 1-0 at Tottenham. Free kick taken by Leicester. Cody controls it wide on the left. Offside flag is up. Right, Celtic Hibs, Scottish Cup quarter-final. Kenny Crawford.
Yeah, 15 minutes gone, Ali. It's Celtic 0, Hibs 0. Celtic have had the best chance of the game so far. It came after 4 minutes. Callum McGregor, the captain, with a shot from the edge of the box. Well saved down low to his left by Jordan Smith. Celtic 0, Hibs 0.
Really scrappy stuff from Chelsea. Can't clear the lines. Good cross towards Vardy. Sanchez does well. Bravely falls at Vardy's feet at the near post. Vardy's momentum took him into the Chelsea goalkeeper. He's down hurt, but he held on to the ball as well. But I tell you what, early stages of the second half, this game could go any which way, Mark Schwarzer.
Yeah, Chelsea played themselves in a lot of bother there. They tried to play out at the back. You can see Mark Cucurella had a great opportunity to clear the danger. Doesn't. It gives the ball straight back to Leicester City. Connor Cody's in the middle of the game. The ball whipped into the box is a brilliant ball. Really tough ball to deal with. And I have to say, Robert Sanchez does brilliantly.
Yeah.
He comes out, collects it, and Jamie Vardy just keeps with his momentum. I think he just does it a little bit on purpose to let him know, I'm here, I'm ready for you.
Sanchez okay, game back underway. Chris Jones watching England-Italy in the Six Nations.
Italy have scored, Ali. Loads of England possession with just that one try, Tom Willis. And then Italy have had one attack and scored a beauty. Nice build-up, Breck's through to the right. Ioane kicked ahead, and Ange Capuozzo, the impish genius of fullback, scored for the Azzurri. They've got a kick to level it up. England 7, Italy 5 after 14 minutes.
If you've been listening to your Rugby Union Weekly podcast during the Six Nations, you will know that Italy are a very decent outfit. So game on there at the Allianz Stadium, Twickenham. Here's Moises Caicedo. Caicedo to Enzo Fernandez, to Sancho on the right-hand side. Sancho to Fernandez for Chelsea. 7-all in the rugby. England 7, Italy 7, try converted. Caicedo across to Colwell. Lots of Chelsea possession. Leicester sitting deep, still 0-0. Team news to come from Old Trafford shortly. Manchester United against Arsenal is our commentary at half-full. We'll wait for our next break in play here to bring you that. Tossins on the ball for Chelsea. Across to Fofana, forward to Fernandez, infield to Caicedo. Carried out of possession by Soumare. Thomas's ball looking for Vardy. Tossins got it covered. Whips it away from Vardy, comes back to Robert Sanchez, who takes control of the ball for Chelsea inside his penalty area. Wesley Fofana, booed by the Leicester fans who are directly behind him now in that shed end away to our left. Across it comes to Cucurella. Short little figure, number 3 on his back, hair flying as always. Slides the pass in behind Leicester. Palmer glides onto it down by the byline. Has Wout fast breathing down his neck, steps away from him, finds Nkunku. Nkunku, edge of the Leicester penalty area, turns looking for Palmer again. Chelsea fans frustrated the pass didn't get through. They've got to start again. Colwell back to Caicedo, across to Fofana, and Fofana's going to have to turn and come all the way back to Robert Sanchez.
Yeah, Nkunku has a great opportunity to try and play in behind on the left-hand side. Just slightly gets the pass wrong and allows Leicester to defend well. Then Leicester does really well. They actually push out, they put pressure on the ball, and they force Chelsea all the way back into their own half to go back to their goalkeeper.
John Murray's patiently waiting at Old Trafford to bring us that team news. Next break in play, we are heading there. Manchester United Arsenal, full commentary, 4:30 kick-off in the Premier League. It'll be followed by 6:06 on 5 Live this evening. Fernandez, little ball round the corner to Caicedo, lays it back to his midfield partner. Chased by Christensen here for Leicester. Really good effort from all these Leicester players so far this afternoon. Toss in, cross to Colwell. Colwell's low ball out to the left, finds Cucurella in space inside his own half, but he's deep inside the Chelsea half. Runs it up to the halfway line. Fofana, little trick, works it onto his left foot, central position. El Khanous bumps into him. Chelsea have it now with Enzo Fernandez, cross into the area, fast volleys it away, falls at the feet of Ndidi. Ndidi's going to set off on a driving run, fouled by Nkunku. Free kick for Leicester. I think they're going to take their time over that. John Murray has the team news ahead of Manchester United Arsenal.
Yes, and there's no return yet for Manchester United for Maguire or Ugarte, still on the injured list. So they make 2 changes from Sociedad, with Lindelof and Eriksen coming in to start. So Lindelof, Eriksen and Casemiro all in the starting lineup for Manchester United. Højlund is on the bench today. Dorgu is suspended. And 1 change for Arsenal from Eindhoven. Calafiori starting with Lewis Skelly on the bench.
Straight to Tottenham, Mike Williams.
2-0 to Bournemouth, and this one will stand. Eder Nielsen capitalising on some Tottenham hesitancy in the back. It was absolute calamitous defending in truth from Spurs. Bournemouth making them pay, and Eder Nielsen really, who should have scored in the first half after a gift from Romero, this time makes no mistake, bundling into the back of the net. It's Tottenham 0, Bournemouth 2.
It's Chelsea 1, Leicester 0. Mark Cucurella drives one in from 30 yards out. A low fizzer diagonally across the Leicester penalty area has the Chelsea fans on their feet. Mads Hermansen, he saved the Palmer penalty in the first half, but he couldn't keep that one out. It's Chelsea 1, Leicester 0.
Yeah, it's a brilliant finish from Mark Cucurella there. Came from nothing really. It was just all of a sudden a turn of pace at the edge of the box. He decides to have a go, hits his foot through it, and it flies into that bottom corner. And the goalkeeper had no chance, and Chelsea, rightfully so, comes between the defender's feet as well. That's why you can see the goalkeeper sees it a little bit late, goes through Fass's legs into that corner, into the right corner, rifles in, gives the goalkeeper no chance.
So Chelsea finally break through. An hour on the clock at Stamford Bridge. Chelsea 1, Leicester 0. Women's FA Cup quarter-finals this afternoon. Manchester City have beaten Aston Villa 2-0. Arsenal-Liverpool has reached half-time. Victoria Polly.
It's goalless here, and for all their possession and control, Arsenal barely created anything in the final third. It's actually Liverpool who went closest to scoring just before half-time. They almost capitalised on a poor ball out from the back by Arsenal, but still goalless.
Also in that competition, Chelsea Crystal Palace kicked off at half-2. It's half-time. Sahel Sahi.
0-0 here, Alistair. Chelsea on top, but no goals to show for their dominance. Aggie Beever-Jones twice, Lauren James and Katrina Macario all going close. Half-time, Chelsea 0, Crystal Palace 0.
Mark Cucurella scored 5 goals now for Chelsea this season, 4 of those in the Premier League. Chelsea 1, Leicester 0. Great run by Christensen down the left-hand side. Cut back on his left foot just outside the Chelsea area, crosses with his right, might reach Justin. No, Cucurella is there. Right hero at the moment with the Chelsea fans, heads the ball away, and James Justin happy to let that run out for a throw-in to Leicester on the right. Mark Schwarzer. Oh, hang on, Mark. Another goal at Tottenham. Mike Williams.
Tottenham have pulled one back, and Pap Sarr has made it Spurs 1, Bournemouth 2. I'm not sure he meant it. It was a cross-come shot. I think he was aiming for Solanke up top, but in the end it crept past Kepa into the back post, and it's made it Tottenham 1, Bournemouth 2.
Commentary continues on the BBC Sport website and app. That's also where you can find commentary of England against Italy in the Six Nations. Last we heard 7-all in that one. It kicked off at 3 o'clock. Mads Hermansen, the Leicester keeper, outside his area, forward to Ndidi, and back it comes to Connor Cody. So Leicester, Mark, have made a pretty impressive start to this second half. Now they find themselves behind.
Yeah, I think they're a little bit unfortunate to be behind. I mean, the shot from Marc Cucurella is a good shot, but the problem is that it's quite low, and he's fortunate it goes through Wout Faes' feet, through his legs, and that's also what for the goalkeeper makes it so difficult to actually see and react to.
Justin's cross, it's just behind Jamie Vardy. Fofana's there to head it away for Chelsea. Bounces over the head of Sancho, but Sancho is able to intercept that ball from Thomas. Cole Palmer sniffing for space on the halfway line. Clever flick. Knocks it over the foot of El Khanous, then leaps over the challenge of Christensen. He's such a beautiful mover, Cole Palmer. Slightly gangly and slightly awkward, but just those little touches where the challenges come in and he swerves and he dodges and he slides and he evades. Wonderful footballer to watch. Chelsea leading Leicester 1-0. John Murray bringing us commentary of Manchester United against Arsenal at 4:30. That kicks off in the Premier League, then back into the European football in terms of the commentaries for us next week, starting on Tuesday night at Anfield. Liverpool with their 1-0 lead against Paris Saint-Germain. Ndidi to Vardy. Leicester have certainly not given up on this. Soumare out to Justin on the right inside the Chelsea half. Back it comes to Soumare again. Here's Cody. Cody's first time ball to Thomas. Harry Winks, former Tottenham man, waiting to come on for Leicester here. Thomas on the ball, back to Cody. Chelsea have got that covered. Across it comes to Faes. Faes rolls it forward to Daka. Daka lays it off neatly to Soumare. Out to the right to Justin. Justin holds on to it out there. And again, Leicester decide to come back into their own half to Wout Faes. Trotting forward, lays it back to Connor Cody. Cody is the middle of the 3 centre-backs this afternoon, and that pass very nearly too short for him, but got there just in time. 1-2 with the goalkeeper, Mads Hermansen. Forward it comes here to Daka. Patient build-up play from Leicester this at the moment, but they need to find the attacking threat as well. Thomas inside his own half on the left. Feeds it out to Christensen. That looks like a good ball. It's just beyond Vardy. Vardy says thumbs up, though. He's looking to bend that in behind the defender so Vardy can collect it the other side, Mark.
Yeah, Tosin's had him pretty much under control this whole game. There's that one chance in the second half where Vardy found a tiny little bit of space where he's able to get a shot on goal from a really acute angle. Other than that, Tosin's always been that one step ahead of Jamie Vardy at the moment.
Friendly Aussie that he is, Mark Schwarzer gave me a little nudge when Italy scored their try in the Six Nations. England-Italy latest from Chris Jones.
England 7, Italy 7. Yeah, as you said earlier, Garbisi converted that Capozzo try, and now Garbisi from the cross of the 15 and the 22 to give the Azzurri the lead at Twickenham. Oh, he's missed it. Bad miss from the Italy 10. It stays England 7, Italy 7. 23 minutes gone, Ali.
Commentary continues on the website and app. Cheltenham Festival starts Tuesday as well. So much top-class sport to flag up coming your way. 5 Live Sports Extra and the BBC Sounds app. You can listen to us on the move. Cheltenham Festival, nothing better. Coverage starts Sports Extra 1 o'clock on Tuesday. Here's Ndidi. Ndidi running away from Caicedo across to Justin inside the Leicester half. Cucurella, the goal scorer, is in his way. Justin plays back here to Fast. Tottenham 1, Bournemouth 2, latest in the Premier League at the moment. Daka to Justin up towards the halfway line, and Ndidi on the turn, flicks it infield. Colwell is there to intercept for Chelsea, looking for the second goal to make it comfortable here, and Nkunku to Palmer, pass just behind him. Palmer won't thank him for that. Palmer trying to work his magic. 3 Leicester players around him, there's the danger, steps away from them, loose pass back. Vardy intercepts it just short of the halfway line, and Vardy, the 38-year-old, thinking about doing it on his own, eventually sensibly plays back to Harry Winks. Winks is on now for Samare, and this is a promising attack for Leicester. El Khanous, chance to cross from the right, in it comes, and Sanchez in the right position catches it on the edge of his 6-yard box. Opening up here, second half at Stamford Bridge. Fofana striding forward with the ball at his feet, plays to Fernandes. Chelsea fans baying for their team to keep going, to try and put their foot down here. Sancho on the right, Fernandes just behind him, first time drive into the near post, and Hermansen just falls on it and makes the save. Mark Schwarzer.
Yeah, simple save for the goalkeeper, Hermansen there. He's in the right position, makes it very, very easy. Fernandes doesn't quite get the strike on the ball, does he? I mean, he's in an angle as well. I think far too often today we've seen Chelsea in those good areas, they're going for the long distance shot rather than looking to try and draw out a player from Leicester, trying to find those 1-2s, little pockets, giving players a better opportunity. Cutbacks, we just haven't seen enough of it from Chelsea today.
Midway through the second half at Stamford Bridge, Chelsea 1, Leicester 0. Cucurella, the goal scorer, on the hour mark. Sancho, Palmer wanted that first time. Sancho didn't release and he got tackled. Here's Thomas. Thomas side foots a pass to El Khanous. El Khanous on the ball inside his own half. Back it comes to Connor Cody. Cody through the middle to Ndidi. Ndidi's running away from Nkunku. Chelsea defenders are backing off. It comes to Justin on the right, cross in. Fofana can't get a header on it. Christensen's volley cross. Tosin might have been caught as he tried to clear. Daka's furious the decision's gone against him. That will be free kick for Chelsea on the edge of their 6-yard box. Back to Tottenham, Mike Williams.
Bournemouth have hit the post. They almost made it 3-1 here against Tottenham. Justin Cliver heading the woodwork. He's been linking up all afternoon really well with Marcus Tavernier. The two combined again, played it to the feet of Cliver, who just, his shot just clipped off the post to the relief of the Tottenham fans. The corner which resulted in it has come to nothing. It's still Tottenham 1, Bournemouth 2.
Chelsea win this game, they'll be on 49 points, moving above Manchester City. Bournemouth are winning, they'll be on 46, just behind Manchester City by a point, and of course play them in the FA Cup quarter-finals at the end of the month. Chelsea have possession, they lead 1-0. Colwell's longer ball looking for Palmer, beyond him. Palmer gives up on that, and Hermansen catches it, and then immediately gets involved in the play, trots out to sort of make up part of the Leicester backline here, to offer himself as an option. Here he is on the edge of his own D. Neto's to his right. He passes into a space where he finds Ndidi. Comes back to Cody. Cody delays the release of that pass. High one down the right. Cucurella let it bounce. Then he speeds towards it, heads it down. Might have been going out for a corner. Gets there in time. Clears on the spin and knocks it out for a throw-in to Leicester. So Chelsea by no means safe. Here's Ndidi. Ndidi to Justin on the right. Path blocked by Cucurella. Still in the balance here, Mark Schwarzer. 1-0 to Chelsea.
It is. Chelsea haven't really capitalised on the possession they've had. The good positional play, like I said before, often shooting from distance.
Winks has lost the ball there. Danger now. Cole Palmer, goal in his sights, running forward. Edge of the area, shoots, and it's blocked by Cody. Maybe could have hit it earlier. Still a chance for Chelsea. Neto sees the run of Sancho. Sancho inside the area, tries the cut back. Cody's there, blocks it behind for a corner. It's such an easy thing to say this, Mark, but Cole Palmer, first half of the season, I'm sure is hitting that earlier.
Yeah, but he's made the wrong decision. He's taken the ball himself. He needs to play Enzo Fernandez. He's in. He's free. He's to his right hand side. He delays and delays and delays. Obviously the defender gets back, then goes out wider, closed down. There's no opportunity to shoot at goal. He's so desperate to try and get a goal that actually I think he's not taking the obvious pass. He's not playing the obvious ball, setting his teammate up.
And given how audacious he can be, when he first got that, I mean, he was 40-50 yards from goal, but Hermansen, the keeper, well out of position. I just wondered whether he might have even gone for that. Maybe he didn't see it. Highlights match of the day tonight, BBC One at 10:30. Chelsea leading Leicester 1-0. Corner's about to be taken from the right. At Twickenham, still England 7, Italy 7 in the Six Nations. Commentary continues on the BBC Sport website and app. Enzo Fernandez has got his hands on his hips to our right. Still waiting here for the assistant referee to get out of the way. We're waiting for the ref's whistle. He's blown that now. And Fernandez ready to take the corner. Chips it into the edge of the 6-yard box, headed up in the air. Drops in front of Fernandez. Keeps that in play on the right. And back it comes to Palmer. Palmer across here to Caicedo. Caicedo gets his head up. Low ball out towards Neto on the left-hand side. Patient from Chelsea, though. Come back to the halfway line. And here's Palmer again. Plenty of space to work with, and starts running forward with that loping gait. Ball at his feet. Fernandez, early cross from the right into the far post. Headed down and wide by Levi Colwill. Another try at Twickenham. Chris Jones.
Yeah, the Allianz Stadium had been a bit muted, but now they're on their feet. Try for England. Elliot Daly with a nice kick through, and Tommy Freeman's got another one this Six Nations. He's dotted down. Clubmate Finn Smith preparing to try and convert from the right touchline. England 12, Italy 7, edging towards the half-hour mark.
England looking for that bonus point win to take them to 15, to get them 1 point above Ireland in that table and 1 point behind France ahead of the final weekend of fixtures next Saturday. You can hear them all on Sports Extra and 5 Live. Conversion goes over, 14-7 lead for England. Chalobah and Tyreek George coming on here. Wesley Fofana, and this is an unusual one. Cole Palmer coming off for Chelsea. Doesn't normally come off this early in the game, and actually looks a bit disconsolate. Not going his way at the moment. Brushes shoulders with his manager. Didn't ignore his manager there, because Enzo Maresca was coming out to give instructions. Looks to me, I thought he might be heading straight down the tunnel there, Cole Palmer. Saw his penalty saved in the first half. Just not happening for the England international at the moment. But he's still their most important player, without doubt, Mark.
No doubt about it, but at the moment it's just not running for him. And I think there's an element of the longer it goes on, misses the penalty, there's more of frustration, there's more of an element of trying to be a little bit more selfish, trying to find the back of the net. And like I said just before, I think he took the wrong option. There was a big chance for Enzo Fernandez to be played through. Instead, he goes at himself, and it was the wrong decision.
Leicester have made a change as well. Facundo Buonanotte, the 20-year-old Argentine on loan from Brighton, who's not been used all that much by Ruud van Nistelrooy, certainly not as a starter. He has come on for Bilal El Khanous. Winks ball to Buonanotte, couldn't control it, fouls Caicedo, who falls on the player like a rugby player, sort of trying to get onto that loose ball in the middle of the pitch. But he's okay to do that because it was his free kick, so no problem with the handball. Tottenham 1, Bournemouth 2, and full commentary to follow at 4:30 here on 5 Live of Manchester United against Arsenal. Toss in. Cross here to Colwill inside his own half. 17 minutes to play in this game. Fernandez back to Chalobah now, who's in the right back position. Puts Sanchez under a bit of pressure. Vardy comes towards him. Sanchez back out to Chalobah. Chalobah forward, intercepted by Christensen. Chalobah, good meaty tackle to win it. Tyreek George then on for Chelsea as well, wide on the right hand side. Gets involved in the build up here, and Chelsea suddenly have worked it to the left hand side. Flashes of blue flying forward. Running in from the left here at the moment, Fernandez to Nkunku, lays it back, edge of the box. Neto, Fernandez shoots with his left foot. That is blocked. Headed away there by Ndidi, who barges into his own man and knocks him over. He's holding his head down on the floor. The referee has to stop the game. Chelsea fans in front of us complain that isn't really a head injury, but if a player's holding his head and a ref's not seen it clearly, absolutely has to stop the game. Chelsea are leading Leicester 1-0.
It was a bit better for Chelsea there on attack there. There was a bit of better ball movement, bit of movement from players as well. Created the chance. There was a decent block in the end from Luke Thomas for Leicester to prevent Fernandez's shot being on target, but it was just better movement, better flow to it.
Tyreek George, the 19-year-old, now playing right wing for Chelsea. Sancho's moved over to the left. 15th appearance of the season now. A 4th substitute appearance in the Premier League. So again, another one of these young Chelsea players getting more and more football and settling into life in the first team. 15 minutes remaining in the game. Bournemouth are 2-1 up at Tottenham, and at Twickenham in the Six Nations, England are leading Italy by 14 points to 7. Still Celtic 0, Hibs 0, Scottish Cup quarter-final. Waiting for the game to get back underway because it was a head injury. Boubakary Soumaré has to walk off the field and wait to be waved back on by the ref. The ref drops the ball at the feet of Colwill. Caicedo just chips one over the top, and Nkunku brings it down. closed down by defenders. Desperate challenges coming in, and Ndidi actually managed to squirrel it away from him. Winks plays a 1-2 with Ndidi. That is dangerous on the edge of the Leicester box. Chelsea looking to win it back. They've done that. Neto first involved. Fernandez now to Caicedo. Forward to Neto, trying to turn. Cody's there, gets a left foot on the ball. And it goes behind for a corner. Chris Jones has seen another try in the Six Nations. Chris.
Italy have hit back, Ali, an absolute worldie. Ange Capozzo, who scored the Azzurri's first try, made a scything line break. On hand was number 8 Ross Vincent. He has gone in from 40, showing unbelievable speed. Garbisi split the post. Twickenham stunned. England 14, Italy 14, 8 to go to the break.
Disappointed to say Mark Schwarzer chuckling away here on my left-hand side. Commentary continues on the BBC Sport website and app. Corner for Chelsea, leading 1-0, in from the left, and away swinger. Justin jumps to head it first for Leicester. Neto beats Vardy to the ball. Neto's cross in with his right foot. Fass is there, powers a header away, and it bounces in front of Enzo Fernandez. Fernandez, powerful run down the right. Buonanotte trying to stop him, can't do that. Fernandez on the outside. Buonanotte eventually chases back. It's a foot on the ball, goes behind for another Chelsea corner.
Yeah, he recovers really well, Buonanotte. It looks like he's beaten. Fernandez gets past him 2 times, and then he still manages to get back in the end. Gives away the corner, but good defending.
Latest score in the cricket, by the way, commentary over on Sports Extra I've got via the BBC Sport website. India 199 for 4. They're into the 41st over. They're chasing 252 to win against New Zealand in the Champions Trophy. Corner for Chelsea. They're looking to try and get a second goal to make this a little bit more comfortable. Enzo Fernandez waits to take. Every single blue shirt either in the Leicester penalty area or on the edge of the Leicester penalty area, and Robert Sanchez, the keeper, on the halfway line. Fernandez, an away swinger, deeper one, headed away. Only as far as Caicedo. Caicedo scoops a pass out to the right. Here's Fernandez, floated diagonal ball to the far post. Chelsea players attacking it, headed away. Foul in there, though. That's actually going to be a free kick to Leicester. Tosin penalised as he jumped for the challenge that he made on one of those Leicester defenders in there.
I think it was Colwell in the end. He was the one that actually pushes Wout Faz in the back, and then he still misses the ball himself, but it is the foul that the referee has given.
Leicester take their free kick. Here's Ndidi. Penalty at Tottenham, Mike Williams.
And a chance for Tottenham to draw level with 7 minutes remaining. The captain, Heung-min Son, has the ball on the spot. It was Son who won the penalty, brought down by some kamikaze goalkeeping from the Bournemouth keeper, Kepa Arrizabalaga. His arms entangled with Son's legs, brought the South Korean down. Referee John Brooks immediately pointed to the spot, and here we are with a chance for Tottenham to draw level. Son eyeing up Arrizabalaga. The Bournemouth fans behind that goal doing their best to put the South Korean off, but here comes Son with a chance to equalise for Spurs. A little run up, a stuttering run up, and just gently caresses it into the back of the net. A brilliant penalty from Son, and Spurs, not sure they deserve it, but they are level. Tottenham 2, Bournemouth 2.
Chelsea still leading Leicester 1-0. Have the ball. Sancho, edge of the area. Shot takes a big deflection. Chelsea fans all up around us, appealing for a handball. Cucurella's got his head in his hands, pleading with the referee to point to the spot and give Chelsea another penalty. At the moment, it's only going to be a corner. VAR might have a look. Another try at Twickenham. Chris Jones.
England back ahead, and they're 3/4 of the way to a bonus point. Nice try as well. Alex Mitchell quick tap, ball recycled. Marcus Smith put it on a play for Ollie Slightholme. Good pace in at the corner. Try. England 19, Italy 14. Kick from the left touchline to come. 5 till the break.
VAR having a look at a potential handball by Connor Cody. It's hit his elbow, Mark. You're wagging your finger and saying this is not going to be a penalty.
No chance. I think they've already waved it on. The referee's already got the information. There's no penalty.
Pushing and shoving now off the ball inside the penalty area, waiting for the Chelsea corner. Time to get to Celtic. First goal in the Scottish Cup quarter-final. Celtic Hibs. Kenny Crawford.
Yeah, 39 minutes gone. It's Celtic 1, Hibs 0, and Daisen Maeda has scored his 27th goal of the season. He won't get many easier ones. Just 2 yards out. Nicholas Kuhn's shot was brilliantly saved by Jordan Smith, but the rebound was there for the Japanese international to slot home. Easy finish. Celtic 1, Hibs 0.
England have converted the try, so if my maths is correct, 21-14 to England, approaching half-time at Twickenham in the Six Nations. Commentary over on the BBC Sport website. Tottenham back level against Bournemouth at home through the Son penalty. 5 minutes plus added time remaining there. It's 2-2. And Chelsea waiting to take the corner here, but referee Tim Robinson talking to Levi Colwill and Wilfred Ndidi. Quite a long talking to ahead of this corner. Plenty going on in this game off the ball. Enzo Fernandez deep in conversation with Tosin Adarabioyo before the corner is taken. Still just the one goal in this game. Full commentary of Manchester United against Arsenal to follow as well here on 5 Live. We've got 9 minutes plus added time remaining. Tottenham Bournemouth a little ahead of us because we had a fair bit of added time at the end of the first half. Sunshine streaming through down into this Stamford Bridge stadium as Fernandez waits to take the corner for Chelsea. Deep one again, powerful header towards goal from the edge of the penalty area, came from Tosin. Neto chases back, heads the ball to his right. Tyreek George, first time ball to Enzo Fernandez. Cucurella's making a run down the inside right channel. Fernandez comes back to George. George sweeps a left-footed ball high towards Chalobah. Little nudge from Chalobah there. And Patson Daka, free kick Leicester.
Yeah, it wasn't a good ball from Tyreek George. It's in behind. Chelsea have made run already into the box. Their line was in the box. The ball's a little bit short behind them. And Trevor Chalobah tries to just put a little bit of pressure on the Leicester City player, and he obviously goes to ground very quickly and very easily, and the referee is right there and easily gives a free kick to Leicester.
Ruud van Nistelrooy is about to make a triple change. Mavididi, Decordova-Reid and Ricardo Pereira, not even mentioned that today. Great to see him back. Not played for Leicester since the 2nd of November. Barely played any football for Leicester this season. Their Portuguese right back, now in his 7th season at the club, is about to get back on the field in the Premier League. Cucurella, long clearance downfield. Cody heads it away. Fass is there, nods it to his left. Harry Winks under pressure, gives it to Buonanotte, forward into midfield. Ndidi is fouled. Free kick for Leicester. Back to Twickenham. Chris Jones.
Bit sloppy from England, penalised in their own 22. Garbisi can't miss from in front of the post, so the gap is cut to 4 as we edge towards half-time. England 21, Italy 17.
7 minutes plus added time remaining here at Stamford Bridge. All the reaction to today's football in the Football Daily podcast. All your Rugby Union reaction in the Rugby Union Weekly podcast with Chris Jones and the team. And Robbie Savage and Chris Sutton waiting to take the calls tonight on 6:06, which follows our commentary of Manchester United Arsenal. James Justin, Victor Christensen, Jamie Vardy, the players coming off. Mavididi, Decordova-Reid and Ricardo Pereira coming on for Leicester. And great performance today by Leicester, have hung in there all the way. Just the Cucurella goal that separates the two teams. Little bit similar though, Mark, for Ipswich yesterday. You know, played well at Crystal Palace, maybe didn't deserve to lose, but did lose by a goal to nil. They've got to find the wins from somewhere if they're going to dig themselves out of trouble.
Yeah, very much so. And obviously the game's not done with as yet. And Ruud van Nistelrooy's thrown players on there. He's going to try and go for this. Has to.
Free kick comes in from deep. Fernandez heads it away. It falls to the feet of Winks. Neto comes sprinting out. Puts Pereira under pressure. His first touch is a pass across to Luke Thomas. 6 minutes plus added time remaining. Hermansen floats a little pass to Thomas. Thomas ball forward to Ndidi, round the corner. Great football from Leicester. Fast to Cody. Little touch from him. Spinning pass finds Buonanotte. Here's Winks. Winks looking to get that ball away to Mavididi. Sliding challenge from Tyreek George. And that goes out for a throw into Leicester, and the Chelsea fans there applauding the efforts in the Chelsea defending. Steffi Mavididi scored an absolute stunner of a goal here last season in the FA Cup. Chelsea actually won the tie 4-2. Crazy game. Disasi scored the weirdest of own goals and Chelsea won it with 2 late goals. But I do remember Steffi Mavididi at that end that Leicester are attacking, cutting in and whipping a fantastic curler into the Chelsea net. This is Chelsea 1, Leicester 0. Here's Ndidi suddenly over on the right wing. Back to Pereira. Pereira looking for the 1-2 with Decordova-Reid. Then Winks is involved as well. Chelsea having to do a bit of defending here to defend their lead. Leading 1-0. Moving up to 4th in the Premier League table as it stands. Pereira bringing it forward. Pereira shoots bobbling shot straight at Sanchez. Gets everything behind it and makes the save for Chelsea. Mark Schwarzer.
Yeah, I mean, Ruud van Nistelrooy will be hoping these substitutions will give them a little bit more firepower going forward, because that's something they've lacked a little bit. They've relied heavily on Jamie Vardy, who has done his best, but Tosin, I think, has pretty much had him under control for most of the time. So now it's a case, as the longer the game goes on, Chelsea's lead's only 1-0. Leicester will look to start to try and commit more players forward.
Chelsea was 2nd in the Premier League table mid-December. They beat Brentford 2-1, 2 points behind Liverpool, who played 1 game fewer. Since then, they have only taken 12 points out of a possible 33. Need to start racking up the wins again in a row. Beat Southampton in their last Premier League game, leading Leicester 1-0 here. Caicedo under pressure halfway line, manages to stick out a leg and get the ball back towards Tosin on the spin, happy to just to thump it forward. Winks got a left foot on the ball halfway line, it's gone out for a throw into Chelsea on the right. 4 minutes plus added time remaining. Tottenham 2, Bournemouth 2 in the other 2 o'clock kickoff in the Premier League, and England leading Italy 21-14 in the Six Nations this afternoon, heading towards half-time. Chalabar's throw lofted down the right. Thomas heads it forward. Fernandes sees an opportunity, chests it down. 1-2 with Neto. Fernandes gets his head up. Slight deflection on the cross. Dangerous one in the 6-yard box. Pereira throws his body at it, clears it on the half volley. Loose inside the Leicester box, and Didi thrown to the floor by Neto. Free kick for Leicester. There's nerves, there's tension inside this stadium.
Absolutely, and it comes back to that decision making in that final third from Chelsea at times today has been off. Too many players are looking for that individual brilliance to try and score a screamer, score their own goal, rather than looking to play the ball square, look for their teammate. And that at the moment has put themselves in a position where they're going to have to maybe not hang on a little bit, but be a little bit nervy in this last couple of minutes.
Now then, the old head wound I think might have opened up for Pedro Neto again. Bandaged up in the first half, receiving treatment now. So Chelsea have only got 9 outfield players on the field at the moment. They're still leading Leicester by a goal to 0. 3 minutes plus added time remaining. Women's FA Cup quarter-final. Goal in the game between Chelsea and Crystal Palace. Sahel Sahi.
Deadlock's been broken. Chelsea have the lead after 57 minutes. There was a scramble in the penalty area. Foul to Macario. Left-footed drive into the roof of the net. Chelsea won. No, it's been ruled out. Sorry, Alistair, it's been ruled out. Chelsea 0, Crystal Palace 0.
Chelsea 1, Leicester 0 here in the Premier League. Neto comes sprinting back onto the field. Cody's ball forward, a decent one. Decordova-Reid took a while to get it under control. Pereira's pass has been intercepted. Chelsea will be dangerous on the break here. Neto is sprinting away. Pereira's trying to stick with him. Ball goes bouncing off a couple of players there. Indeed, he's got the strength, but so's Neto. Neto's tackle. Caicedo wins it, then he's fouled. Free kick Chelsea. Half-time at Twickenham. Chris Jones.
England 21, Italy 17 at the break. Plenty of tries in Twickenham sunshine. England have 3 of the 4 they need for a bonus point. Tom Willis, Tommy Freeman, who scored 4 in 4 this Six Nations, and Ollie Slightholme. But England can't shake Italy off. Every time they score, the Azzurri hit back. 2 brilliant tries through Capozzo and a brilliant score from Vincent. Absolutely world-class try that. Garbisi's penalty makes it a 4-point ball game. England 21, Italy 17.
Chris will keep us updated on 5 Live. We're heading towards full commentary of Manchester United Arsenal. That kicks off at 4:30, but we have got full commentary of the rugby on the BBC Sport website and app. Josh Acheampong's coming on for Chelsea. Christopher Nkunku is coming off. Half-time in the Scottish Cup quarter-final at Celtic. Kenny Crawford.
Yeah, half-time score, Ali, is Celtic 1, Hibs 0. He's been the go-to player so often this season for Celtic. Daisen Maeda, his goal in the 39th minute is the difference so far. His 27th of the season. He just thumped it in from 2 yards out after a rebound, and it's Celtic who are on course at the moment for joining Aberdeen and Hearts in the last 4, but another 45 minutes still to be played. Half-time, Celtic 1, Hibs 0.
Yeah, 4th of the quarterfinals tomorrow. Livingston against St Johnstone. Chelsea have taken their free kick. Acheampong heads it infield. Fernandes volleys it forward, looking for the run of Tyreek George. Mavididi is there for Leicester, left back position but facing his own goal. Back to Thomas, forward to Winks, into Ndidi. Nice little 1-2. Winks has run into trouble. Neto, bandage back around his head, on the ball, gets the cross in, big deflection, floats up in the air. Pereira's underneath it for Leicester. Buonanotte gets a foot in there, flicks it forward. Vardy lays it off into his own half. We are heading towards added time here at Stamford Bridge. Mark Cucurella's goal, the only thing that separates these two teams. Lovely ball forward to Buonanotte. Leicester players in advanced positions here. Oh, he's taken too long, Buonanotte. Caicedo did brilliantly for Chelsea. Wins it, it goes out of play, and it's going to be a Leicester throw on the right. There was a chance there, Mark, to do a little bit more with that.
Yeah, there was, and it just took that little bit too long on the ball for Leicester, and that's been a bit of frustration for them when they have gotten forward. Just haven't really had that final quality in that final third.
6 minutes of added time begins now. 5 Live and BBC Sounds live at Stamford Bridge. Chelsea 1, Leicester 0. Leicester have the ball inside their own half. lose this game, remain on 17 points alongside Ipswich, both 6 points behind Wolves, both sitting inside that relegation zone. Southampton down at the bottom on 9 points. Colwell's high ball forward, Hermansen well out of his area, heads it to his right, head tennis between him and Cody, nods it down to Thomas. Leicester have dealt with that well. Listen to the roar from the Leicester fans now as Winks brings it forward across the halfway line. Mavididi on the dribble up against Acheampong, drops the shoulder, moves on the inside, low cross, cleared on the edge of the box by Chalabar, and that'll go out for a throw-in to Leicester. Chelsea get the win, they're up to 4th, they'll be on 49 points, 2 points behind Nottingham Forest, 2 points ahead of Manchester City. Here's Pereira with his left foot, high ball to the right, overhit, Decordova-Reid though just about keeps it in. Cucurella comes steaming towards him, smashes the clearance into Decordova-Reid and wins Chelsea the throw. They love him here, Cucurella, don't they?
Well, yeah, of course. I mean, he plays obviously with his heart on his sleeve. He's all action all the time. He scored the winning goal at the moment, or certainly the goal that's put Chelsea in front. And there's one thing for certain, you're always going to get 100% effort from this guy. He's going to give you everything on that football pitch.
Heart on his sleeve, hair on his shoulders. Minute and a half of added time has been played, 4.5 to be played. Chelsea 1, Leicester 0. Tottenham 2, Bournemouth 2. That game will be finishing any time soon. Kicked off at 2 o'clock. Here's Connor Cody on the ball in the centre circle, running it forward, looking for an option for Leicester. To his left he sees Luke Thomas coming forward. Mavididi drops deep. 2 Chelsea players in front of him. Back to Luke Thomas. Thomas to the halfway line. Finds Cody. Cody thinks about the longer ball. Instead goes short and straight up to Buonanotte. Back to Cody. Buonanotte on his left. Buonanotte outside of his left foot to Thomas. On to Mavididi on the left. Flicks the ball forward with his right foot. Doesn't deliver the cross. Plays a straight ball to Winks. Winks now. Ball into that Chelsea area. Cucurella's there. Got something on it. Decordova-Reid is appealing for a penalty here, a potential handball. Referee Tim Robinson not giving anything on the field. It's with Robert Sanchez at the moment.
Yeah, it's really hard to see from where we're sitting whether it is off his hand, and if it is, was it in the usual unnatural position?
Yeah.
Is it going to be deemed as a penalty at the moment? Play continues.
They'll be looking, and the referee will be waiting for word. I mean, his arm is up in the air.
I tell you what, this is going to be close, because that is completely up in the air. Look at that.
Yeah, he's volleyed it onto his own arm. Both arms are stretched out wide as he goes to kick it. I guess that is natural, because that's how you've got to do it. He's kicks it with his left foot onto his right arm. Full-time whistle's blown at Tottenham, by the way. Mike Williams.
Tottenham 2, Bournemouth 2. A very entertaining match for the neutral, as so many Spurs matches have been this season. Tavernier and Eddie Nielsen gave Bournemouth a 2-0 lead. Sarr's very lucky cross-come shot got Tottenham back into it. Then Song Hyun-min won and scored a penalty to equalise for Tottenham and give them a share of the points. Spurs 2, Bournemouth 2.
3 minutes remaining of added time here at Stamford Bridge. Tense one. Chelsea leading Leicester 1-0. Decordova-Reid, little pass through the legs of Cucurella. Cut back, nearly found Buonanotte. It was just behind him. He was pulling his right foot back to hit the shot, and it wasn't quite there to be struck. But Leicester are still coming, looking for an equaliser, looking for a precious point, giving the ball away now. On the halfway line, Caicedo, lot to do. Tyreek George outside him. Chelsea fans letting him know that. 19-year-old onto the ball inside the Leicester area. Winks dived in there. Could have conceded the penalty. Tyreek George eventually wins the corner for Chelsea. Chelsea 1, Leicester 0.
I tell you what, Tyreek George does really, really well. First and foremost, keeping possession of the ball. Harry Winks almost gives that penalty away. And I think if Tyreek George was maybe a little bit more experienced, a little bit clever and possibly looking for it, he could have easily won a penalty for his side there.
2 minutes of added time remaining. Half time at Twickenham. England 21, Italy 14. It's finished Tottenham 2, Bournemouth 2. And we've got full commentary of Manchester United Arsenal to come. Kicks off at 4:30. Steve Crossman presenting the rest of the show from Old Trafford. Chelsea obviously taking their time over the corner. They have had to work hard for this one. Cole Palmer's penalty saved brilliantly by Mads Hermansen in the first half. Mark Cucurella's goal on the hour mark the difference. Both sets of players battling for the ball down by the corner flag. It's eventually gone out for a throw-in to Chelsea. Time is running out for Leicester, and it's looking like a 12th defeat in 13 Premier League games, with just 4 goals scored in those 13 Premier League games. Neto surrounded by 3 Leicester defenders, and Didi manages to get the ball away. Cody clears it, anywhere will do, up towards Vardy. Tosin is all over the back of Vardy there. Fouls him. Leicester get a free kick inside their half, just short of the halfway line, last minute of the game, and a Chelsea player there, Acheampong possibly.
Yeah, he kicks the ball out, doesn't he? The free kick's given to Leicester, and he kicks the ball away. So the referee, easy yellow card for him. But yeah, I mean, Tosin there just gets a little bit sucked in by Jamie Vardy. Jamie Vardy does really well because he runs to the ball, gets himself in that position really early, and Tosin just runs straight into him.
Last chance saloon. We've been talking about that on the Commentators View podcast plenty in the great glossary of football commentary. That's where Leicester are right now, trailing 1-0, 30 seconds to play. Header forward from Winks. Buonanotte lobs it towards Vardy, couldn't do anything with it. The ball is up in the air just short of the halfway line. Winks wins a header. Chelsea fans thought there was a push in the back of George. George clears it away now for Chelsea. Bouncing ball, awkward for Thomas inside his own half. Wins a header. George takes it off him. Chelsea could score with the last kick of the game. Fernandes shoots. Hermansen saves. Bouncing ball comes back to the Leicester keeper.
Yeah, good play there, I tell you what. Really good play there from Chelsea there, and almost a chance there. Almost a goal. Second goal would have sealed the game, but obviously the last kick of the game is done.
That roar from the Chelsea fans tells you just how hard their team was pushed by relegation-threatened Leicester this afternoon. We've seen Cole Palmer miss a penalty for the first time in his career. Didn't matter for Chelsea in the end. Mark Cucurella, the hero, scoring with a low shot from outside the penalty area, and it means that Chelsea move up to 4th in the Premier League table, 2 points behind Nottingham Forest, 2 points ahead of Manchester City, and Enzo Maresca gets a win against his former club. But goodness me, they had to work hard to do it. It's finished Chelsea 1, Leicester 0.